It took me a second. I was like, wait, I don't think that's right. But it's just,
You're just Hodor.
yeah. So it follows the Dunkin' egg.
You're Hodor. What are you talking about?
You're definitely more Hodor shaped.
Oh, Ludo's sad.
Hey, will you hold that door for me? You can see it's just fucking really nicely burned. And
You can't see it. Quit trying to look.
I'm showing the camera.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I can't see though my own
You're
neck.
trying to look at.
Hold on, wait. Maybe if I turned fast enough. And she's like, "Don't fuck Colossus," and he's like, "What?" So it's like,
So
I mean, can you even fuck Colossus? Or
that's
is his
one-
butthole solid?
that's one I do need to see. I've watched Deadpool 1.
But like Joe Biden 6 is around.
New Joe.
New Joe.
Taller.
Taller
Better.
Joe.
More coherent.
This is all of this is true. All sadly fucking true. We should not be able to joke about that. But
Vote me for president. I'll make day beers.
are you old
Day.
enough?
Your base bay.
You have to be 35.
Shit. Give me a year. I turn 34 next week.
Too late.
Next election.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you whatever's left at 2028.
I got I turned 34 next week.
Well, it can't be that bad.
Will for what's left.
Will, we survived.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
Good info.
Stupid ass meta and its stupid ass monopoly on everything.
The more you knows.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that a whole bunch of people filed on Google for being a monopoly finally?
Really, that only took, years.
Decades. Yeah, so they basically claimed with like
Basically, if you own a Samsung device, you're beholden to Google for just about everything.
not just that, if you own anything.
Yeah.
Basically, Google being a default search engine along with everything else, it just be like that, yo.
I guess we need to go back to Ask Jeeves.
I prefer Bing.
I do miss Jeeves. Bing sucks. Spider-Man.
I was a fan of Crosby. He was real good.
That's Stills.
I'm more of a Nash person.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to be, you don't have to be. So either way, all right, let's just get going here. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast, episode 105. I am Shoky, and it's been one of those fucking days.
It's been a day.
It's been one of those weeks, even though it's Tuesday, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But of course, you can follow me at all the Shoky links down below if you want to do any of that stuff. You can do so. But with me today, I do have a Heffy.
Hey, guys. I'm here.
As usual, at Cry Havoc Kitchens on the Instagrams.
Yes.
Yes, they have the thing. It pops over your
Hey,
face.
outstanding.
I made sure it pops up directly over your face. Yep.
Right there, Cravic.
Yep. And visiting today, we have a Will.
What's up, guys?
It's the buddy.
It is.
Hey.
Yes. And we've been busy filming drink videos. A little buzzed.
Yeah, a little. I think all of us are.
I can walk a straight circle off of her.
Yeah, don't take me drunk. I'm not home.
It took me a second. I was like, wait, I don't think that's right. But it's just, I like how we're color coded. We got tan, blue, and whatever whatever
Fucking
that
purple, bud.
mauve.
Mauve.
I don't know what mauve technically is.
Lilac.
Or was that puce?
It is lilac. It is kind of pucey,
Yeah.
but puce is more flesh colored. Gary Busey. It's puce-esque. So, guys, make sure you do the like and subscribe thing to the YouTube channel and the Rumble. But, of course, if you're listening on any other platforms, do the like thing there, do the follow. And if you want to leave any ratings for us, and, 5 stars, Lucky Charms, horseshoes, whatever the fuck they have on that particular streaming service. We do have a Rumble channel. Make sure you go check that out because I'm tired of the one person commenting with their spam bullshit comment about pay me money and I will grow your business nonsense.
Oh, wow.
That's all I ever fucking get. It's annoying. But on top of that, you can go ahead and check out the Shoky Patreon for as little as $5 a month. You can be like Will and support the fucking channel because he's awesome. Because you wanted to get the full uncut video version of the podcast, which you are currently on. So it's a little self-serving, if we're honest, but I appreciate the effort.
It's me.
Yeah. So Heffy over here has yet to sign up for the Patreon, but he should.
I see me every day.
It's true. You don't even watch the actual episodes. So on top of that, if you want to contact the show, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com, which will pop on the screen and make a ding noise. And then other than that, how else can they reach us, Heffy?
They can find us on our Facebook page at Now You Made It Awkward Podcast.
Correct.
You can write us a message. You can leave us a voice message. It'd be great. We'd like to hear from you.
Yep, use the little drop-down menu. I put a handy-dandy video on the screen.
He did?
Just for everybody to see.
I haven't watched it. It's accurate.
It is.
Yeah.
I know. I have recorded myself doing it. I recorded giving myself a thumbs up so that it showed the reply, because there's an auto reply to let you know that you have sent us a message.
So you gave yourself a thumbs up. That's like high-fiving yourself.
Dude, I listen to my own shit and hit like all the time.
True.
I
No, friends, back to me.
It's the Obama. Back to me. Now to Heffy? Nope, me.
Nope.
Will, me. But you can be like Sean.
This is my podcast.
Well, I mean, it happens whether you guys are here or not. So yes, technically, it's like I will find a Dante.
I'm going here.
Screw you guys.
And with us today is a random hobo off the street.
Yeah. Screw you guys. You will go home.
Welcome to Smelly Joe.
Look, it's only smelly if you let it be. All right, so you could be like Sean and send in a message, which apparently must be a rant because it's like 4.5 minutes long. So
Let's get this over with.
I mean, he says it's a question, but it's also a
You
big,
long-winded bastard.
Yeah, so I have a topic for us to discuss, and then we'll go over weeks and stuff like that.
I've got things to
after
yell
all
at you
this.
about.
Oh,
Why are you going to yell at me for?
Because you made me do a thing and it was awful. We'll get to it.
I was going to say, I was like, what did I do? All I did was tell you to watch a movie.
I know, and it was awful.
Oh my God, I finally watched it. Oh, this is going to be awesome. All right, let's get to Sean's thing. I have no idea how loud it'll be, so. It's not playing any sound at all. Odd.
Hello, darkness, my friend.
There should be audio. Oh, I know why. Hold on, I fix.
he probably has the computer muted.
Nope, that was on the tab that self-corrected itself and muted. That's why. Here, let's check the one that actually isn't muted.
Question for the pod. Finally. I've been trying to think all afternoon of some kind of interesting question, and in the conversation I had at the barbershop right before lunch, I thought that'd be a pretty good one. So let me lay out the scenario, and then you guys tell me who's in the right, who's in the wrong. So there's these two neighbors.
Quit stroking my funicorn. Put down the funicorn.
No.
Give it.
Oh.
I can't replace it. Don't fuck with it. Yes, I'm that precious about it. That's the trophy of apathy.
Live across the street from each other. One neighbor has two teenage boys that live at home, single mom,
Okay.
and they have a 3-year-old dog. It looks to be like some kind of pit bull, maybe a pit bull mix, but it's about an 80-pound dog, put to you that way. The other
You're familiar.
neighbor lives in a trailer park and has a little bitty 5-pound dog that he takes for walks to use the bathroom 2 or 3 times a day if he's home.
Let's see where this is going.
So both sides of the story say that the old man with the little dog will walk his little bitty dog into the other neighbor's yard and let it pee and poop in their yard, but he will bag the poo up.
Okay.
So this has been a known thing. The young neighbor with the house doesn't like it, but hasn't said anything to him, as either one has said. Now, this is what happened.
Okay.
Like I say, they have an 80-pound dog, and the kids that live there have been told not to let that dog out without a leash. They do not have a fenced yard. They have been warned many times about their dog getting out, running around, chasing other people's dogs, barking at people, running up on people.
Fair.
Supposedly, he nipped somebody in the trailer park on their ankle. Not bad, but did nip them. About 6 months ago, that dog went to my parents' house, which is like a block away, and Dad's dog got a hold of that pit bull and roughed him up a little bit, but he was still
remember
in
this.
puppy phase. He was only about 1.5 years, almost 2 years old then. Kicks is old. He's a 10-year-old dog. But anyways, so I've seen the dog and I've seen what it's about. It's just, that's how it goes. Anyway, so Old man's walking his little dog up in the yard. Dog takes a shit in the yard. The teenage kid's not paying attention and not doing what they're told. Let pit bull out without a leash.
Okay.
Big dog goes to the little dog. Fur standing up and growling, says the old man. The dogs smelled each other. Old man's trying to lead his little dog away on a leash. Get the fuck away from the situation. Little dog snips at big dog. Big dog puts little dog in mouth. Little dog gets fucked up. Okay. Old man with the little dog goes to whooping on the big dog to get his little dog out of the big dog's mouth.
Yeah.
People in the house come out. Ensues a shouting match. Blah, blah, blah. Little dog gets relieved from big dog's mouth, goes to the vet. Does not die, is injured, thus ensuing vet bills.
Yeah.
Words were exchanged between neighbors. Apologies were given, even though this is not the first time. That was a month ago. So now we are here, and the old guy with little dog has now complained to the city, and the city is onto the woman's behind on her case about she has to comply with certain guidelines to keep her big dog, thus meaning if it's outside, it needs to be in a fenced backyard. You don't have a fence, you've got to build one.
Yeah.
Has to be leashed, but has to be controlled by an attempting adult. It can't be a teenager that's walking your 80-pound, quote-unquote, danger.
So my question on that is, if the city's going to force them to build a fence, or just could you just chain up the dog like a normal run line or something in the yard?
Yeah, that's now with the recent animal cruelty laws in place. There are a lot more guidelines you have to follow by running a zip line or keeping them on a lead or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Just wondering, because it seems kind of shitty to be able to compel somebody to build a fence.
Just breed dog around. Or you have to put the dog down, or you have to relocate the dog that has the criteria needed. So, the question is, who's in the wrong and who's in the right? Objectively, the woman did not follow the law via her dumbass teenagers, but you know how teenagers are. They don't understand the gravity of real world until it happens, and it probably takes a few times. At first, everything was cool, and the old man wasn't going to do any legal actions or nothing like that about his little dog. But then, for some reason, something has said between these two and fired up emotions again. Now, old man with little dog is pursuing actions against them because of the damage done to his little dog. Is that right or wrong? Is the lady with the 80-pound dog in the right or wrong? Are they both wrong on all fronts, or is it half and half?
All right. Who wants to go first?
I got thoughts.
Okay.
They're both in the wrong. They
Okay.
both did things that led to that happening, and they're both going to need to make changes moving forward. Yeah, you should control your animal better. Yes, you should socialize your dog. I've learned through the years there are very few dog owners that properly train and properly socialize their animals.
Yeah.
With a breed like bullies, love them to death, but they need work. You got to put in the work to make them a good citizen.
Yeah.
If you do that, they're fantastic. They're 100% reliable. At the same time, the old guy letting his dog onto another animal's perceived territory.
Well, no, the other dog was in his yard.
Yeah, the little dog was in the big dog's yard.
No, other way around. The big dog got into
I heard it
his
the other
yard.
way. The
No,
guy
No.
would let
Yeah.
initially the old dude letting little dog shit on the other person's yard, even picking it up.
Oh, I had it the other way. Sorry.
That's what it was.
Okay.
That was a perceived encroachment to the bigger dog's territory.
Yeah.
Continued. So they're both in the wrong.
Yeah, I think regardless, if you are walking your dog and letting it shit and piss in someone else's yard, you know they have a dog.
Moreover, the little dog instigating, which little dogs always will do.
Yeah.
Because that's a fear response.
Yeah.
But still, old dude didn't control his little dog.
No. Because, I mean, also, like,
So they're both in the wrong.
why the fuck are you taking your dog to go piss and shit in someone's yard?
Yeah.
Like, I get the dogs have their thing. They go where they want to go. And once they start going in a spot, they're going to keep going in that spot. Mm-hmm. But if you know that someone else has an animal in that spot, you should be fucking doing it.
But moreover,
That's just bad neighbors.
they should, if they were going to have a dog, especially a dog with a prey drive, which most what they call quote unquote aggressive breeds, which is a stupid moniker.
Yeah.
Assault dog.
We call them fur missiles, sir.
But anyway, the little dude with the dude with the kicking dog, yeah, he's in the wrong. The folks with the bully, they should have built a fence. You should contain your animal. They are dumb animals.
Or bare minimum electric collar like you've got.
They follow instinct. We have to be smart for them.
Yeah.
So as an owner, they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
They didn't take proactive measures to make sure their dog would have been safe and secure.
Yeah.
I think they're both in the wrong and they're both in the right. Like, there's no winners in this situation.
There's nothing. Everything
Yeah.
should be dropped. They should make the changes they need to make immediately to keep this from happening again and to be future good neighbors, or at least try to be.
A fence needs to be built. The old man needs to not take his dog into other people's yards. I get it. We live in a neighborhood now, and
Congrats.
yeah, thanks. I've got a lab blackmouth cur.
Oh, Jesus.
Found out that there's a cur trait that they don't shit in their own yard. They don't shit in their front yard.
Yeah, they don't shit anywhere near the near where they eat.
There are the dog that don't crap where you eat.
Yeah, ours do.
Well,
They go outside the fence.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, my mother-in-law's blackmouth cur sure as fuck does.
Probably because it doesn't have a choice.
He's starting to
doesn't go walk,
get
yeah.
used to the yard and be like, oh, hey, this is my space.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I can. Outside is poop. Inside I eat.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have to take him on walks. But I'm not. We have sidewalks, so I personally try to either get them to shit in between the sidewalk and the street, or like within the first foot of someone's yard, where you're not crossing into the front yard, but
Where
there
it's
again-
accessible,
Where
but
it's
not bad,
accessible,
yeah.
yeah. But there again, all the backyards are fenced in. Most people let their dogs out in the backyard. So yes, a fence needs to be built. The old man needs to not let his dog go shit in someone else's yard.
So, question on top of that, because this incident was technically split between these two owners, should they split the cost of the fence to protect both their animals?
I think since cost was incurred by the guy with the little dog, he should pay his vet bills. Owner of the home with the problem animal that could possibly get out needs to be the one to build the fence.
Right.
If the other wants to go halves on a shared property line and build it together, that's one thing. But
At least from the way I took it was that they don't share technically a property line. They just live close to each other. But the walking path of the one dude is to that other person's yard.
all right.
So I think if they were direct neighbors, yes, split the cost of the fence. I always agree with that because you're both benefiting from it. So you should always do that. Unlike my fucking parents' neighbors who wanted to be dicks about it, where they made us build a fence and then years later built their own bigger fucking fence to hide the offensive fence they didn't like. They didn't like the chain link, so they're like, "Fuck you, we're gonna build a big
Be
ass."
fucking petty. Build a 16-foot privacy fence.
Yeah,
Put a game fence.
they put up an 8-foot fucking.
So your parents did like a 6-foot. They did an 8-foot.
No, we did a 4-foot chain link just for normal shit, and they put in an 8-foot fucking cedar.
Fuck that
fucking
shit.
planks. Yeah,
Let
just
me
be
know.
dicks.
I'll build you a 16-foot fucking.
Which
privacy fence.
also blocked the gate between our yards in case there was an issue back in the day, because our dogs used to get out and go in their yard, and then we'd have to go get them, so we had a walk gate between just in case.
We'll go old school. We'll go military base. We'll go 6x6s every 5 feet, barbed wire fence up at an angle. You know.
Oh sure, we'll just go full prison fence to keep our
What,
tiny
no
dogs. out.
Constantina wire?
Yeah. Oh no, we'll put Constantina wire up there. Spotlight
again?
Constantina
Constant
wire.
Weena?
Yeah,
Constantina.
concertina wire is what
Yes.
you're trying to say.
It's constant wee on your
Words
mind.
are
huh?
hard today.
Words is be hard, yo.
After that 200 proof whatever.
Yeah, all the thing we
Surprised we're all
encourage.
not
Suburban
slurring.
aged whiskey.
That's really what it turns into, suburban South whiskey.
That whiskey comes from South Virginia.
Nope. It comes from the GMC plant. Brought to you by Chevy.
Taste the lack of catalytic converters.
You can indeed. All right, guys. So, of course, if you want to, by all means, write in or send in messages, same way Sean just did, although that was a good one. So, back in the day, that would have been an incredibly long fucking email to go over and have to read ourselves. But thank God I invented the idea of voice messages, because apparently no other show that I know of has ever bothered. I was like, hey, I'm going to read out a really long fucking email. I was like, why don't you let them read their
Let
really
them
long...
bumble through it.
Yeah, it's much easier. So, I want to do a tiny bit of news before we go too much further, because our second to last episode, because I'm currently editing our last episode still, since we're now ahead. We're going to be really ahead by the end of the week. So we're recording 2 episodes this week, and I got another one to record next week when we're on vacation with Sean. So you and I did the Deadpool 3
We
review.
Deadpooled.
I'm not spoiling shit for you. However,
How's that work?
so I will say that officially Deadpool 3 has become the highest grossing R-rated movie in history, passing The Passion of the Christ, which was...
It earned it. I'll tell you what happened.
which actually, that's why calling himself Marvel Jesus is even funnier.
That was funny, yeah.
So that was $612 million total for Passion of the Christ. Deadpool 3, in just its opening weekend and then some, has done $824 million worldwide.
Dude.
So far. It will be $1 billion fucking
I may go
dollars.
watch it tomorrow.
You know what?
Again.
I know people who've seen it 3 times.
I don't feel bad. I think I'm just going to pirate it on YouTube tonight.
You should feel bad.
They've made enough fucking money.
You should fucking feel bad, Will. Always. All right, so I have a question and a situation that came up, and I sort of mentioned it to you earlier during our taste test video. Guys, make sure you go watch the taste test videos that are going to be coming out in the interim here. So we got a lot of fucking content rolling out over the next month.
Yep.
Literally got it this week. So we're already a week up. We're going to have 2 episodes recorded this week. I get at least 1 in the can next week, plus 4 taste test videos. We have like a month's worth of content done in 3 days.
Good.
So we could just take a little time off, but let's not take so much time off we forget to do the fucking...
Hefe actually gets a nap now.
Yay.
fucking no more napping for Heffy.
Oh, man.
All right, so here's the situation. Yesterday, while at the chiropractor, in between sweating sessions for myself, I went to the chiropractor, and just I'm under a new therapy plan to fix my thumb problem that I have, which is today it's not happy, but in the midst of that, I had to get up off the adjustment table. You've been there, you know, and I had to check all my pockets, make sure I got everything, and then, you know, when I got up, because I was moving to an area, and she's like, and you know, because our doctor is a female. And she's like, oh, you guys in your pockets, you know, you're always making sure you got stuff on you. And I'm like, one, that's because guys carry only what they need, and they make sure that they utilize as much storage as they have, whether it's cargo pants, your jeans, an everyday carry kind of pouch on your belt or something like that, or a gun belt. We're going to not necessarily need that all times, but I said, well, it's way better than what women do with their purse. And she's like, well, why is that? And I'm like, because women have no concept of what it's like to carry only what you need, because they carry everything they possibly can in a bigger and bigger purse, up to and including a smaller purse, like Jessica has done. I'm not joking. She actually had a smaller purse in her bigger fucking purse.
My wife has
It's like
moved.
a babushka purse.
Yes, it's the Russian nesting purses.
My wife has moved to carrying a backpack.
Yeah, so is Jessica.
Well, so do I. I
But
carry a bag.
But
Yeah, but we're dudes,
Yeah.
and you carry a lot of gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but under normal
Your
circumstances,
123 pistols in that backpack.
yes, exactly, and you're throwing axe for no reason.
your 2 K bars and
Yeah, exactly. So you're but the thing is, you're carrying stuff for work. That's not just
Pretty much, yeah.
your normal bullshit. So
Well, it is. It goes everywhere with me.
yeah, because you tend to carry everything to work. So you're slightly outside of the territory. But the idea was, what I said is, men carry for efficiency and comfort, because we are limited by our number of pockets, by how much we can carry, because otherwise we will jam too much stuff and we will be uncomfortable. Women do not have that problem, because they throw it all into their gigantic bag that they're just lugging around.
See, I've got the opposite problem. I wasn't blessed with a waist. So gun belts don't stay up. So that's why if I overload my pockets, something goes down. And no one wants that.
Do more
Well,
squats.
I know, right?
you brought this up.
Yes.
And I just happened to see a post or meme, and it said that historically pockets in women's dresses were removed so witches couldn't carry spells around with them.
That I've not heard.
Now that's the first time I ever heard it, but it makes sense. So therefore, you know, there could be a reason why women don't have pockets. we can put right now. I've got a wallet, keys, vape, knife, and a cell phone in my pockets.
Mm-hmm. How many pockets are occupied? Just 4?
Two pockets for, let's see, keys, wallet, vape, phone, knife, and back pocket.
Okay.
So 3 are occupied.
So 3 out of your 4 are occupied.
Yes.
Currently. All right. So switch over to. I forgot my thing doesn't.
What,
change.
you want to see my everyday carry?
Well, just okay. How many pockets versus how much you're carrying currently without your backpack?
Standard pockets.
Okay.
I've got blade, big fixed blade, deep carry,
Okay.
and wallet, keys, vape.
Okay. Just side note though, wallet and back pocket.
Baby knife.
Yeah, you and your baby knife. Wallet and back pocket.
No.
No, front
Okay.
pocket.
Front
Okay,
pocket.
so I'm still wallet in back pocket, but I downsized. So I'm not currently wearing
Nice
any.
little chisel blade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his pizza cutting blade. That's what he always used it for. Trivia night was cutting his pizzas.
CRKT.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Yeah, it's a good blade.
for me, it's left pocket is keys only.
Yeah.
Front right pocket is cell phone. Back right pocket is wallet. But I will also include my box cutter knife that I usually haul around with me in either of my front pockets. And if I'm in my work pants, they have a cell phone pocket, so that moves more things to more efficient areas.
Yep,
but
that's work pants for me.
But the idea that I came up with it's a comfort situation. One, because we don't want the wallet in the back pocket. You fuck up your sciatic. I did that for years. That's
Yes.
why I have problems.
That's why I don't carry my wallet. in
we
my
all
back
we all used to do the George Costanza.
We do the minimalist wallet.
See, I got a super thin wallet.
pocket. So
Yours looks like it still has a gun in it somehow. Yeah. Oh, you got the flip out.
I got a trigger.
yeah.
See, both of y'all's wallets are both thicker than mine. I've got a super slim. It's in the other room.
Well, this has like a shit ton of
But once again,
business cards.
But once again, you put it in your front pocket for comfort, and you're
Yes.
not sitting with your
Yes.
cell phone in your back
Or-
pocket.
My
Generally.
dad's, his is huge, super
Yeah.
thick, because he never cleans it out. He never goes
He's
through it.
Costanza.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is George
Well,
Costanza.
so I've cleaned this wallet out recently, but the leather has been wet from sweat and it's formed to that thicker. So
Oh,
even if
damn.
I cleaned everything out, like all of my credit cards and shit
you
fall
need to,
out.
you need
so,
to heat treat it.
yeah.
You need to get one of these. These are the new RFID blocking things.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
Dude, they
love them.
all block it. Dude, just get some eel skin. That's all the RFID protection you need.
Eel skin, huh?
Here's
Yeah,
good, nice
it's
easy.
literally conductive, so it can't
What's great about this one?
What a,
show it to the camera.
oh, a little bench made.
No,
No?
It's the
Wait, what the?
It's the
purposely detaches. The
yeah,
blade?
it's the Outdoor Edge 3.5 Razor Light EDC.
Yeah, it looks stupid sharp.
So it is. This is
So is
Surgeon
that,
Steel.
Is that also a knife?
This no, it's
Okay, so it,
it's
I
just
can't.
all-
Oh, I see
you
the,
can
I see
you
the
can
gap.
stab
That's a
somebody.
trainer.
That's
Yeah.
pointing.
No, that could do damage if you just need to.
Yeah. So this knife was actually created for
That I've never seen, and it terrifies me a little.
Skinning
Yeah.
deer.
Yeah.
So instead
I've
of
seen
So,
a lot of
so
setups
it's like
like
a
that.
razor blade almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hand it to me carefully. Yeah. Across the desk after we've been drinking, because this is gonna go well.
That's we all wave around knives.
Almost got me with the tip. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Just a tip.
I might have got myself with the tip, like just barely opening it. Jesus. Yeah.
Let's see. And this way.
We're just playing with knives. But the point is that I was getting at was that because we're not. I mean, yeah. If you want to, he just always does
yeah.
the fucking.
It's probably
arm
dull.
test.
It is.
I need to replace.
It's
the blade.
still pretty fucking
But
sharp.
there again, you spend what, anywhere probably 15 to an hour sharpening knives.
No.
No,
No, I'm very fast, very
Yeah.
efficient. I've been doing it since I was a little kid.
literally to change this blade, to sharpen this blade is ghost.
He's knife shamed me.
Boom, pop in the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I get that. But
It's an advanced utility knife.
a couple mechanic buddies, they always carry utility knives because
Yeah.
I prefer a good blade because of me.
So
Yeah.
And I've got a rotary system, sharpening system I use at home,
Yeah.
and it's minutes.
now you can resharpen these blades. I've been told you can resharpen these blades, but I don't personally do it because I sell them. So therefore, I just
You just grab more.
grab more.
I wouldn't bother. You know,
Yeah.
definitely like sharpening your X-Acto blades.
So that's the 3.5 with the drop point tip. They did come out with a 3-inch blade that
Did they have a clip point?
it has a clip point. It has a skinning blade you can get, and it
And
also
is
has
that with the reverse hook on it, the skinning blade?
no, that's a gut hook.
Gut hook. Okay.
Yeah, the skinning blade should have a fatter belly,
Yes.
Oh,
And
okay.
so you
it's-
can get longer, more curved strokes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then You can also get a very long fillet knife.
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
goes in there.
And it all
And it
works on
bends.
that
It
same-
actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it bends.
That's great.
And there is an actual utility knife, the standard one
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah,
for a
yeah.
Yeah,
box
touch
cutter.
on this after. I may go get one.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit less,
Just come see me. I'll
Yeah.
sell you one.
So,
You can find the link.
so I mean, I think we're all kind of in agreement that, I mean, like when you reach the point of you need to carry a backpack for your stuff, that's one thing. I mean, I have a backpack for my work shit plus a my lunch kit.
It's
but-
just easier. Stuff I don't want to leave in the car.
Yeah.
Heat, electronics, stuff like that.
But it's not you're going to the store real quick that you need it. It's because you do a lot of travel for work anyway, so you have to bring a
Yeah.
lot of your shit with you.
Yeah, I can go to the
Unlike it's not your just walk around carry.
Yeah, I could pack for the moon with just a backpack. I'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, like if I'm packing for a purpose, yes, I got like multiple size backpacks and carry luggage. You know,
Yeah, I found a good
I've got
smaller
three
one that
different-
works real well.
Yeah.
yeah, I've got 3 different laptop bags, and I've got one tiny bag that I now use for like the Renaissance because I got tired of lugging the heavy fucking bag around, and I always buy Swiss Gear because I like their shit.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, I will do my really nice Swiss Gear bag that I use for laptop carry and everything else like that. It was on sale. It was 95. No, it was 110 normal. I got it for 70 because it's back to school time.
I think I have a Swiss I got from a grandpa.
Yeah, that's
And it's-
almost all I'll
It's a
buy.
beast.
And then like when we went on vacation last year, I got a big like carry bag, like a gym bag style. But I have to remember, I think it has wheels. I think yeah, it does. It has the framework and the wheels on it too, because I meant for that to be my audio bag where I was going to carry all my shit.
I'm actually looking for an assault ruck right now. It's about the same size as the bag I carry, but molly webbing all over it.
Well, try to win the one from Angry Cops.
Yeah.
'Cause he's always giving the tactical bag away.
So I've got those are all my
Jesus.
bags. They're the tactical bags because I've got them in OD green, tan, and
Colors.
black.
Yeah.
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 All right, so let me address the audience right quick. So guys,
Oh yeah, we're doing a podcast.
yeah, remember that. So guys,
We're not sitting here shooting the shit.
does your significant other have an egregiously large purse for everyday purposes, or are they a reasonable human being and it's actually downsized? And also, if you're a dude, do you like overload your pockets, or do you carry the like 6 items you need?
Or are you
at any
more,
given point?
EDC generated, or
Yeah.
because trust me, I like all the EDC gear. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, because once they started, I mean, like multi-tools are always nice if you got a spot for
Oh,
them.
that friggin' Leatherman bracelet that has the tools built in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that's neat.
Okay, Johnny Depp. With your fucking bracelets.
Oh yeah, he did have one of those.
He had 7. That was I forgot whose joke that was. It's like being Johnny Depp. The real hard question is, do I wear 6 bracelets out today or 7? But say it in his voice. I can't do a Johnny
Yeah, me
Depp
either.
impression.
I was about to try. I was like, nah, I
Yeah.
better shut up.
All right. So are you watching House of the Dragons?
No.
Okay. Did you watch the finale?
I did.
Okay. So we'll save that for a separate day because we don't want to spoil anything
Yep.
for him. But I did not expect it to end where it did. I thought they'd give us more.
I mean, right here,
Yeah.
right on the edge of
Yeah,
just
they left
everything
people wanting
happening at
more.
once.
Yeah, they left everybody wanting more. I did like the character progression for everybody that like kind of
I mean,
sped
they
run.
were geared up and champing at the bit to do what they were going to do.
Everybody was. A lot of important conversations.
For real, the whole Westeros was ready to go.
Yes, indeed. So and
From what, 4
and-
fronts?
And you know what
Yeah,
sucks?
four different fronts, right?
You know what sucks? 2026.
Eh,
2 years to fucking wait for the next season.
it better be good.
Yeah. That's
Maybe
all.
they'll do it right, unlike
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
That'll give Will time to catch up.
Well, here's the thing. Game of Thrones hasn't ended in the books. This has.
Yeah.
It has the one book. We're good to go. Yeah, fire and blood. That's all we need. Though we are getting another Game of Thrones series in between, and that's called Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But the problem with that is that's a sequel series to this.
Okay.
So the problem is, I mean, it's decent in the future, but
So who's it going to follow?
characters.
As in who?
So
Like
it's
Crispian?
a guy.
It
it's a
follows
guy.
that one guy.
No, it's a
and
guy.
that
It's a
one
guy
chick?
named. No, this is decently in the future. This is probably
Okay,
like
okay.
40, 50 years in the future. I think. Yeah, I think so. Because I don't think I could be wrong. It might be some of the younger characters might still be around in their older age in this. Because you got to remember, House of the Dragon is like 300 years before Game of Thrones.
Yes.
So there's a good fucking chunk of history.
There's a lot of story to tell.
There is. But this follows Sir Duncan the Tall, the hedge knight.
Okay.
And his adventures in attempting to become a proper knight. So it's actually not going to be like a massive story. It's going to be like a knight's tale. But
Duncan the Tall.
Yeah. So he's a big
Would
motherfucker.
that make me Sir Hefe the Vast?
I don't know. No, you don't get to be Heffy in this universe. You're just
Aw.
Jeff.
Oh,
You're just Holdor.
Yeah. So it follows the Duncan egg.
you're Hodor. What are you talking about?
You're definitely more Hodor shaped.
Oh, Ludo sad.
Hey, will you hold that door for me? Look, nobody's gonna warg into you though. Luke might. Luke might. That'd be interesting. But either way, no. The finale. I didn't. It was like an hour and a half long, and I stayed up to watch it. I didn't fucking.
I had to
wait.
watch it in 2 parts. I started watching it at the tail end of a shift and to finish it when I got home.
Yeah. So I watched it Sunday night instead of waiting because I knew Monday was going to be super busy for me, which it fucking was. So I'll talk about that just right quick. So I started out the day originally planning to go to my mom's because they needed to continue burning the piles of wood from the storm. And it's been 2 weeks since anything got to burn because of the fucking rain, which everybody loves that. And I had a buttload of cardboard built up to go help her because we burned all her fucking trash to get it started in the first place. So I took everything over there, was expecting just to drop stuff off, talk for a few minutes, and then come home and do some shit. No. I ended up staying there, getting a fucking rip-roaring bonfire going from fucking wet wood and cardboard. But I got that bitch going, and it took a while. And this is like the really poorly piled one. It's a lot of big logs. And
It's a lot of airspace.
No, it was all too tight. There was no airspace. And they put all the sticks and twigs and shit on the outside.
Because they're smart.
Yeah. So, but the other piles were built really well. So the initial pile we burned, still mostly just the big logs left. The other pile, there was 4 piles total. The smaller pile basically burned to nothing. The gigantic pile that we set fire before we left that day, that burned down to nearly fucking nothing. It was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
Like, it had, the only things left are massive logs and a few things that were like around the edges. Everything else burned to shit.
We burn once a year at the farm. We got a big burn pile. We call it the burn pile. And once a year, we touch that sucker off with the tractor and everybody, all hands on deck.
Yeah. So, the final pile was the one I'm discussing. And so there was a nice little nook in the middle of it. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to pile all the cardboard, not all, but a lot of the cardboard right in there. And I will put in smaller twigs and shit from the outside to really get it burning. So I did. Basically making a chimney or a fireplace right in the middle of the thing. And then anywhere where it was sort of escaping, I started building side fires. And then eventually they just grew and burned pathways through it to try to get some airflow.
Yeah.
And I damn near got the final fucking pass through to the side that was covered in the twigs and stuff. Almost fucking got it. Ran out of enough fuel to really get it to flare up by the time I left. So I was sad. But I left it fucking burning red fucking hot. So I made a lot of progress. But I've got more trash piled up over here. And then I'm going to take that big-ass barbecue box over there to really get that bitch going. That should help. But also a week of drying out.
Fill the whole thing up with twigs and then touch it off.
Yeah, basically. So I did that. That's how I started my day. 2.5 hours out in front of a fucking roaring fire in the fucking...
In 100 degree.
In 100 degree temperatures.
Hi, Dante.
It was stupid fucking hot yesterday. Dante doesn't live down here. He's in Maryland.
No, the other one.
You're making an Inferno joke. I am aware. Yeah. But we know a Dante, so that's why it's weird. All right, so I did that. Then, like I said, went to the chiropractor. Did 2 hours at the chiropractor, getting all done and did. And then previously on Sunday, I had gotten a call from Jamie's stepdad. You know Jamie. Mm-hmm. So his stepdad, they said that their mom's van desperately needed the front brakes done. It was like metal to metal. Fucking didn't feel safe driving it and shit. And I'm like, okay, as long as you got the parts, I can come over there. I got all the tools.
You turn or swap the rotor?
Swapped everything. Yeah. I don't have the fucking tools to turn rotors.
No, but Napa does.
I'm not waiting 3 fucking hours for them to get around to turn one rotor. Anyways, so, and they just live right here in town, so it wasn't that big a deal. But this was after already being out in the heat, after being through a fucking thing. And by the way, I completely sweated through my clothes at my parents' house. Brought just a dry shirt to swap into to go to the chiropractor.
Oh yeah.
So I was fucking soaking wet. So I had the worst swamp ass while I was getting my back worked on, and then went to go work on the car. And the thing is that while they got the parts, some people don't check shit, and they had the wrong brake pads.
Oh, nice.
Because there's apparently a heavy duty version of the minivan fucking brake pads. Luckily, it's a Dodge Caravan. All Dodge shit is effectively the same, and I had just done my car, so ultimately I knew what the fuck I was doing, and so, but I did have to stop to go run and get the right pads.
Of course.
And ultimately, I think it only took me like a little over 2 hours to get it all done. Problem was, it's in the middle of a fucking parking lot.
Right.
Ah, shit.
So my redneck is really showing.
Yeah,
today.
I definitely wouldn't have done that.
I mean, you can see it's just fucking really nicely burned. And
You can't see it. Quit trying to look.
I'm showing the camera.
Oh,
I can't see though my own
you're
neck.
trying to look at.
Hold on, wait. Maybe if I turned fast enough. Jesus Christ,
Stop
Jeff.
trying to look.
I was showing you and the camera, you dumbass. It's not just that my white balance is off from my blue shirt. I'm that red. He's red from laughing. Will just lives in redness, and he's wearing his gay-ass shirt. But
It's almost white.
yeah, if I change this to a blue light, that bitch will turn white.
He screwed up the laundry is what happened.
This shirt was white.
My red socks went in there.
And it turned it purple? You're failing.
You failed wrong.
Lilac. You're in your lilac shirt.
Hey, it's fucking hot out there in Texas, Kay. I wear light colors. I don't give a shit what
Yeah, but it's
color
long
they are.
sleeve.
Yeah, but it's the Magellan, like, Cool Wick shit, so
Cool
these
Wick.
long sleeve are, like, fucking...
Yeah. I had the cooling.
Loose
I
as
actually
fuck.
wore the cooling sleeves while I was working on the van.
Yeah.
But I sweated through those so quickly. I was uncomfortable and I had to go inside to use the bathroom.
I did catch a sunburn last week. Was mowing.
Yeah.
Sprayed my legs down with sunscreen.
Yeah.
Missed a stripe on each leg. So I got a 1-inch runway down each shin.
How'd you miss your shins,
I don't know.
Mr. Abe? How'd you miss your shins?
But it was entertaining the next day. Going, that's a thing.
Yeah. So luckily I wasn't so burned that it hurt. It was just hot. So I had a raging headache when I left there. Came home, got in a fucking as cold as I could make it shower to fucking cool off, and I chugged as much water as possible, and I went to go lay down. Fuck me, dude. I was so bad off by the time I went to men's group yesterday. I mean, I've recovered, but I was so fucking tired. And then, oh yeah, so our friend Jordan, who will be joining us later this week, Friday, by the way, I forgot to tell you. So we're going to do Friday.
Friday, okay.
Friday afternoon, yep. So I was supposed to pick him up for men's group because he normally works and his wife has the car. That way we don't have to worry about swapping vehicles, blah, blah, blah. I was just going to pick him up, take him to men's group, take him home. No big deal, right? So I text him, hey, man, I'll be on my way in 20 minutes. And I know he can't answer his phone while he's working, which, by the way, unfortunately, he's facing some consequences at work currently due to that situation. He pulled out his phone to do some math on something real quick, and they said he was fucking around, and they wrote him up for being on his phone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I don't want to get too much into it because I'll let him talk about it on Friday. But either way, so I'm about to turn on to Pollock because he works over there. You're familiar.
Yeah, that's around where I work.
Yep, exactly. And he messages me back. Oh, hey, man, my bad. I forgot to tell you I didn't work today.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, it's like my wife's, or I'm taking the car because the wife's off. I'm like, you motherfucker. One, if I'd known he was going to be off, we would have recorded yesterday instead, and I would have just made do with the rest of the schedule. Two, I told him immediately, I'm going to kick you. I will show you after the fact. It's still on my phone. I literally texted him, I'm going to kick you. So as soon as we met up at men's group, I'm like,
Turn around.
And I fucking kicked him right in the ass. I'm like, fuck you. It's like you wasted my time and my gas, asshole.
At least you didn't shin him, you know?
Yeah. No, I just gave him a swift kick in the ass. But either way, that's basically it from last week. Because what did we record last week? It was weird.
Thursday.
That's right. Well, for Deadpool, we did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
And we didn't record that Monday.
Yeah, this is the problem with getting ahead.
Or did we record Tuesday?
What? We've recorded a day. on one of those days.
Yeah, it was
I think it was
Thursday.
Tuesday. I think we did so we did Monday, Thursday, and then we did Tuesday.
There you go.
That's what it is. And now it's Tuesday again. So we're all our schedule is really wonky, and we got Will visiting. So because you are a guest today, I will let you do your rant first, and then we'll do the Heffy rant.
So y'all know I moved this week.
Yes.
So, 3rd floor apartment. I said I'm hiring movers.
Like you should.
Exactly. We leading up to it because we've had keys to the house. We've packed up boxes, and we'll pack up Monday night.
They'll take a box up there.
Well, like we'll
We're
packed
slow moving some
yeah.
stuff.
Packed up like a dozen boxes. The next day we go take those down the stairs,
pops.
load up the vehicles, and go over there, unload them. So the movers just had to move our bed, 2 beds, a couch, 2 couches.
So the larger
couch and-
furniture.
Yeah, couch and love seat, a TV runner, a bookshelf, table, chairs, and 2 mini fridges and like a curio cabinet.
Damn, 2 mini fridges?
Yeah.
Look at this motherfucker.
Curio or curio?
Curio, whatever the fuck it is.
It's for curiosities.
That's the curio cabinet's the one you sing at.
Yeah.
The karaoke cabinet.
Like a dozen. Oh, and a gun safe, but like the snap-on gun locker case.
Yeah, it's like a heavy duty locker.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, it's not a proper 500-pound fucking
No, I can
gun
throw
case.
that bitch on my shoulder and carry it.
Ones you're safer off bolting to the wall.
Right.
It's a gun storage device.
So I called 2 companies.
It's not the wall. That's where mine hang out.
Called 2 companies. The first one, it sounded sketchy. I'm not going to name company names because I'm not.
I mean, you can if you
2
want.
brothers, 1 cup.
Close.
Yeah. Well, no. The first one was College Hunks.
We used them. That's who
Yeah.
moved us here.
College Hunks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were good.
The second company was 2 sons moving or 2 sons in a truck,
Yeah.
whatever.
I think it's 2 sons,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So-
There's 2 guys in a truck or 2 men in a truck.
Yeah.
And there's 2 sons.
Yeah, it
It's
was
always 2 people. for
2
some reason.
sons.
Well,
So
you can't move by yourself.
right.
It has to be 2.
I hope they bring more than 2. That's a lot of shit.
So I call them. I get a quote. They tell me
$10,000.
no.
$7,000.
They told me
$1,500.
$169 an hour.
Okay, that's not bad.
So that's reasonable. They
Because
said,
they're probably expecting about 5 hours.
yeah. So I tell them, I said, hey, we're moving from the 3rd floor. You're going down 3rd floor into a house. And there's only 1 flight of stairs in our house. We have a 2-story house. So
Oh, flexing.
I know.
He put his mini fridges on the 2nd floor.
We did.
Ooh.
I was
The-
guessing. I haven't been to the house.
The 2 mini fridges are currently in our game room, the bookshelf, and one of the beds because it's our roommate's bed. So it went up into her room.
her room.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my wife's best friend, so they do roller derby together. So, fuck you guys.
They do everything
I know.
together.
They roller derby together. So they're out
So-
there smashing chicks.
Yeah.
I didn't
So-
actually know that. That's funny.
So, I call him back and said, hey, that sounds like, it's $169 an hour, minimum 2 hours,
Yeah.
and an hour of drive time. And I cover fuel.
Yeah.
Fuel, okay. So I'm thinking,
Okay, the fuel is a little odd, but yeah,
I'm
that should
thinking-
be in the fee already.
yeah, I'm thinking, okay, about
Hour drive time? Where are they coming from?
So 30 minutes to the apartment, and then from the house, 30 minutes back. That's what I covered.
Gotcha.
So-
Yeah, because from the apartment to the house is not that far.
It's
It's
8
only
minutes.
Yeah, it's like
It's 2.5
miles.
miles.
Yeah, I know where you're at. I just don't know where the house is.
Yeah, I think we're like 5 minutes as a crow flies from here.
Yeah,
So
the Mad Crow.
the Mad Crow. So I call him back. I said, okay. I said, 2-man crew, $169 an hour, 2 hour minimum, hour drive time, fuel. Done. Sign the contract. Right. They send me the emails. I sign the contract, give them my credit card fee, $100 deposit that comes off the top at the end of the bill.
Yeah,
Said done. So they're like, we'll call you a week ahead of time.
yeah, to confirm.
Okay. So Monday, a week, heard nothing. Tuesday, nothing. I call them. Oh, hey, we're busy. We're just now getting to like calling people Wednesday. I will call you Wednesday, if not Thursday at the latest.
Yeah, because it's basically also like college move-in time.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately for you.
Yeah, they're
So-
busy.
Yeah, so I get it. So he calls Friday morning. Hey, we're here calling to confirm the details. All right, cool.
How far out is that then?
Friday.
3 days,
one
basically?
day. 1 day.
Oh, shit,
Because
okay.
we moved Saturday.
Oh,
so
damn.
they're calling me the morning before we're moving.
Yeah.
Calls, we go over the details, and he's like, "Oh, this is a 3rd floor move. This is actually a 3-man crew.
Yeah.
It's going to be $171 an hour.
Which is not that much more.
It's not that much, but I've already signed the contract.
Yeah, that's true. You already
I've
signed
signed
it.
the contract for $169.
They knew going in. They should have already
Exactly.
had it set.
So I'm already I'm a little peeved. Yeah, it's $2 more. I really don't give a shit. But I work in an industry. If I write a quote or sign a contract with somebody, even if our prices go up,
That's
I'm
set.
still honoring that fucking
Yep.
quote.
Yeah.
Because I've already given you that price. Hey, that price is binding in our industry. So
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I was like, whatever, fucking do it. $171 an hour. I have to work that Saturday. My wife is taking care of the moves. They're like, oh, we're gonna send a 3-man crew, and blah blah. They get there and it's a 2-man crew. I said, okay. She's like, hey, aren't we supposed to have 3 people? I said, yeah. She's like, hey, just 2 people show up. And I was like, cool. Before you sign any fucking paperwork, look at the prices.
Yeah. Make sure they're not charging
And
you for the 3.
They were charging us for the 3, $171 an hour.
Well, that fuck sticks.
And she goes, hey, there's supposed to be 3 of you. We're getting charged for a 3-man crew. So the dude's really cool. He calls, and they get it lowered to $169 an hour.
Like the original contract.
Like the original contract. They knock it out. They start at 9:30 is what they put in for their start time. They get done probably about 10:45, 11
up.
o'clock to get everything from the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
They call and say, hey, we're going to take a 30-minute break. We've already called, stop the time at the office.
Yeah, but at least they pause for the break.
Yeah. And I was like, cool. And then they get there, they do the walkthrough.
So they know where they're going to
Where they're going, and then they send an estimate over to the company,
on how
the
much
office,
longer it's going to take. Yeah.
and then that's when we have to pay them before they unload anything from the trailer. Which,
Oh, so they hold your shit hostage.
yeah, they hold your shit hostage.
But
So-
on top of that, if they end up taking longer, that's on them.
Yes.
Because you've already
True.
paid.
So the dude, he's like, hey man, just so you know, I overestimated on purpose, and then when I give you the final time, you'll get that money back. I said, that's fine. He's like, I always try to go an hour over just in case. I said, that's fine. I don't really care. So he puts it in for they're gonna be there for 2 hours, and they get done at 12:30. So 9:30 to 12:30, 2 hours, 2.75 hours. So, which is, a reasonable time.
Yeah.
My wife calls and she goes, hey, this was a lot more than we were expecting. I said, well, what did it cost? She's like, well, we put $800 on the card, because $100 for my deposit comes off the top. So it was $900 and something and some change.
Okay.
And I was like, why the fuck is it so expensive? $115 for fuel.
I mean,
I know diesel is high right now, but $115 is the cost of an entire fucking tank of diesel.
Yep.
In a 26-foot truck.
yeah.
So are you telling me you used an entire fucking truck's worth of diesel in one
Yeah, see that's fucking shady right there.
Yeah. 150. I was thinking $60 in fuel. A 30-minute drive, 8-minute drive.
Yeah, because
30-minute
unloaded,
drive.
it ain't fucking.
It's not running.
Yeah.
Unless
they're sitting there. Was it running in the parking lot?
I don't know. I was at work.
Because so whenever we moved here, we hired college hunks, like
Yeah.
I said, and overall it was $1,100. 3 stories move in.
Yeah.
One story there, but it took longer because they had to repack my shelves and stuff.
Right.
So I had packed all my stuff, and they weren't factoring in the fact that they had to protect my detolfs. I had them plastic wrapped and padded.
Right.
They went to town completely saran wrapping them with their protective blankets and stuff like
Right.
that, which I appreciate, but that added an hour and a half to doing that and my shelves. And technically they did break one of my billies, not horribly,
Right.
but I don't know when they would have done it, but they busted out the back off of one of the shelves. I mean, I fixed it. It wasn't that big a deal. It was actually the little one out there in the library.
Yeah.
But everything else was fine. It was just because it took longer and they didn't have a good estimate to begin with. They were literally charging by the hour.
Yeah.
So luckily they estimated same like you, minimum 2 hours, $100 deposit, all that nonsense. And then, cause we had already factored in, $900 some odd dollars, but it took them like an hour and a half extra. But
we
but
also
it's just, that was our fault,
when I signed the contract, she's like, "Oh, hey, we'll saran wrap and protect your furniture. That's part of like the thing."
Yeah.
$40 is what I was charged for saran wrap and $5.95 for a roll of tape.
Yeah. I used my own tape actually.
I was like, and I told my wife, I was like, "Hey, just let them know like the TV runner, because it's some dead family members of my wife's like furniture, so she wanted to protect it." I said, "That's fine. Just tell them this is all they care about. I've got like a Walmart bookshelf, $30. If it fucking breaks, I'll go buy another one."
Sure.
I actually want to move to the Billy bookshelves anyway. So
Yeah, because you were asking me about that.
Yeah.
Get them while you can.
I know. So, but
While they're affordable, I should say.
they saran wrapped our dresser. I mean, that makes sense. Dressers, you don't want them.
They don't want the drawers falling out.
flopping out.
Drawers be flopping.
And then they saran wrapped my gun safe, which is locked up, keys out.
Probably more scratch protection than anything.
Fuck it, I don't give a shit. It's got a big ass dent in the bitch.
But
Like,
for them,
if it's got a scratch, I'll shove another sticker on
At
it.
that point, you would have been happier with all the saran wrap and shit being stuffed in the gun case.
Look,
Keep your guns from moving.
Oh no, I don't ever. I learned my lesson about moving a safe fully loaded.
yeah, you don't do that. That's just a blender.
Oh, yeah.
That's a blender.
So I each gun went back into its respective gun case. All the ammo went into a carry bag.
And you can move that yourself.
Yes.
Smart.
So
Well, that's like when we moved, I got a small U-Haul and I packed like all the tubs, all of my boxes you see in there.
Yeah.
I packed up all that because I'm like, that's just more shit they got to do. I mean, so mind you, 2 days with that thing and having to pack all that myself and prepping all of my and mind you, I had less stuff to move than I have now. So when we move out of here, maybe at the end of the year, we'll see what happens. I got a fuckload of work to do, but I'll tell you right now, I'm throwing away a lot of fucking Gundams.
yeah.
I'm not taking that shit with me at
Are
this
they
point.
empty boxes?
No.
They need to be put together still?
No, those are built. Most
built?
of the stuff there is built. I threw away a lot of the other stuff. I have some not yet built, but at this point, I'm not sure I give a shit about Gundam at all anymore.
Fucking give them to me. Don't throw them away.
No, fucking sell them.
Fucking. That's what I was gonna do. Just give them to me. You're like, I'm gonna fucking throw them away. No, fuck it. I'll sell them.
I mean, I'll throw away probably those smaller ones. I'll sell some of the other ones. But it's just like, at this point, you can see that I'm changing up what goes on behind me now.
Yeah.
And
a lot more stuff.
I just got these 1/6 scale Power Rangers.
Yeah, they were definitely new.
Because I wanted to start another fucking collection because I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Do they have like cloth clothing on them?
Yeah. Well, let's check it out whenever we're done.
All right.
It's a little crowded at the moment.
Do not give him the Pink Ranger.
She's not here yet.
What's this white sticky stuff all over them?
How dare you do this to not quite Kimberly because it's they don't have the head sculpts.
Yeah.
There's a U in there.
Gross.
Dude, listen, if you grew up in the 90s, you had one of 3 girl crushes growing up. And that was Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
That or Kelly, or Kimberly from
Kimberly.
Power Rangers.
Yep.
That was it.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Because they all have 3 names. Because what
Yeah.
the fuck? Or Kelly Bundy.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she was an idiot.
Yeah,
So?
I always thought Peg was hotter.
dude, Peg.
Look, to a degree, but no, because especially later, Kelly was much hotter. than
Yeah.
her. But I mean, there was also Bud's later girlfriend that he was with for a while. That was Marcy's niece.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was hot too, and slutty. When she was out sluttying Kelly, that was
Slutty
impressive.
McSlutterson. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot her name though, for all that matters. And then there was also Heather Locklear, older but still.
Yeah.
Melrose Place, Heather Locklear. Yeah.
Or I don't know.
Cindy Crawford.
Cindy Crawford.
I mean, it's like we're talking different echelons though.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we're talking like our teenage kind of crushes, and then the completely unattainable,
And
like
then
unreal
I
hot.
can't remember the actress's name, but the woman that played Xenon, the Xenon warrior.
Oh, Xena
Lucy
Warrior.
Lawless.
That's
Lucy,
Lucy
yeah.
Lawless, yeah. Though I actually probably had more of a crush on her sidekick, realistically.
What, Gabby?
Yeah.
Gabriella.
Gabriella.
Yeah, Gabby. You
There.
never-
The other thing is like Buffy.
Yes.
I had a bigger
Sarah
crush.
Michelle Gellar.
Yeah.
3 names. Again.
I also had a crush on the her little sidekick girl in
Well,
Buffy.
Oh, yeah.
When it first came out, the mechanic on Firefly.
Yes,
Of course.
Super.
Jewel State.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then once she was hotter on Stargate Atlantis.
I haven't gotten there.
Yeah, she put on a few years and matured a bit, so she was hotter on there. She was really cute on Firefly, don't get me wrong, but and then a couple other shows she was on as well. But no, the one you're talking about, why can't I think of her name? The redhead. I assume you're talking about Willow.
Yes.
Why can't I think of her name? She's on the magician show now.
Penn
She's
and
on
Teller?
Penn and Teller's for this. But why can't I think of her name? I can see her face.
Yeah.
If only I had a Google device in front of me.
If only.
Yes.
Moving
Well,
on.
No, she was hot. Fine, Jeff. You fucking rant now.
Fine. I'm mad at you.
Don't be mad at me.
I'm really mad at you.
You can't be mad at me. You were a dick the other day. You can't be mad at me.
Okay, fine. But still,
Yeah, there you go.
Shoki's been on me for weeks to watch
An amazing movie.
awful
An amazing movie.
abortion of an atrocity.
It was an amazing movie, and you're a loser.
Oh God, it was bad. It was Robot Jocks. JOX.
It's an amazing movie.
Came out in the 80s
Yep.
with some of the most god awful claymation.
Nope. It was amazing fucking miniature work, and you're an idiot.
Oh no, whatever it was.
You're an idiot.
It was awful. The acting was bad. The premise was bad. Hey, there's a guy. He's from Texas. Yes, we can see he's from Texas.
Don't badmouth Tex.
Oh God. No, he was a traitor.
Okay.
It was just bad.
Have you seen Robot Jocks?
No.
Bad
You
all
need
the
to
way
watch
around.
Robot Jocks.
If I have to live through it, so do you, because you're going to yell at him later.
It's on Tubi. No, he likes big mecha fighting things.
I do.
But it was
I don't-
bad,
I don't
and
have
it was
Tubi.
slow.
I'll have to download it.
Tubi's free. It's fine.
It was
It's
the
fantastic.
bad guy was one of the worst antagonists I've ever seen in my
Alexander was
life.
fantastic.
He was awful.
He has some of the shit you like is fucking dumb. This was amazing.
Well, this one made my childhood cry.
Well, you didn't see it when you were a child. That's probably why you don't like it like I do.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I watched it a million times as a kid, and I still enjoy it as an adult, and I can quote the whole fucking movie.
See, once again, same reason I like some of the old stuff I do.
Yeah.
That you don't.
That and there's no like extra canon nonsense.
It was,
There's no comic books. There's no
well,
other versions of it. It exists to itself.
You mentioned the one I love, the Trimmer series. That's a show. That's a movie I watched as a young kid with my mother, and we bonded over that. So that
Original
whole,
Tremors is just as bad,
that whole series just means a lot to me.
but it has Kevin Bacon, I guess. So
The first one, yeah.
And Reba McEntire.
yeah, that's true. The first one at least has Reba.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the second one has Reba too, right?
No.
Or she
No.
left him in that one. Okay.
She left him.
Okay, couldn't remember.
They
when she-
reference her.
They talk about her leaving.
She sent for the HK91. It's really over.
Fucking A. No, Robot Jocks is a fantastic piece of cinema.
Liar.
Okay, so new bit of homework. You need to watch Rubber if you have.
I've seen it.
Okay, so hold on.
I liked Rubber,
Okay, Rubber is way worse a movie than Robot Jocks.
but it kills a fucking buddy. It was funny. And it rhymed.
So Robot Jocks is on either that, or I can possibly loan you the DVD.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I still have the DVD.
But man,
There was never a Blu-ray
that's
for
an
it.
hour and 20 minutes of my life I'm never going to get
It's
back.
fucking cinema gold.
Gold, huh?
It's fucking gold.
Dude, you can gild a dog turd. It's still a dog turd.
Either way, it's fantastic. For what it is, like, because Dante and I did a review on it. He had never seen it, and he loves also bad movies and horror movies and
Yeah,
stuff
me
like
too.
that.
This was bad for me.
Yeah, that's why you suck, because you like bad movies and you didn't like this bad movie.
It was bad.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Bad boy.
Crash and burn.
Yeah, asshole.
Crash and burn. Well, apparently you listened to that motto with you fucking whiskey. You're just like,
No, we just burn.
no, it crashed into your ceiling when it exploded in your fucking car at 140 degrees. It's a great movie. Will appreciate it, I think.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
You'll watch it.
Probably not.
It's on Tubi. It's fantastic.
Listen, in gearing up to go watch Deadpool and Wolverine this weekend, last night I watched X-Men Last Stand.
Okay.
Forgot how shitty that
Movie
was.
is fucking terrible. Granted, Last
and-
Stand is bad.
And then
But the funny thing is that doesn't even really play into, like, X-Men United plays into Deadpool Wolverine, but not necessarily The Last Stand.
And then I watched 2 movies last night. Well, I watched a movie and a half, finished it this morning. I finished X-Men Apocalypse.
Which is also not great.
Yes. Well, the reason I watched X-Men Apocalypse is because I haven't seen Dark Phoenix.
Okay, so let me bring that up because you mentioned it. The ending of, I'm assuming you've not seen those new X-Men movies.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so minor spoilers here.
Go for it.
Be on your phone. Be on your phone for a minute. So
Yes, sir.
so the ending of Apocalypse, Jean does what she does,
Yes.
which makes no sense because she doesn't gain that power until Dark Phoenix.
Right.
So it makes no sense that she does that because they didn't know what they wanted to do when they made that movie.
Yeah, so they kind of just trying to omit that. Yeah, so I haven't seen Dark Phoenix. I'm actually going to watch that tonight.
I've heard that's also pretty bad.
Probably so. The third one's always the worst.
Because they never do the good Phoenix. They always do the bad Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that was an important thing in the comics, but you don't have to go Dark Phoenix first and only.
Yeah.
Because X-Men 2 set up a Phoenix movie with its ending. You know, the stinger where you see the flaming bird under the water, which probably would have been badass. And then we never fucking actually get it in the real movie.
No.
They're just like, she's going to get dark eyes and weirdly veiny and then turn people to dust.
Yeah.
Which is
we get
fucking retarded.
super shitty Dark Phoenix that it was just a terrible movie altogether.
Yeah. I mean, sad for Logan as usual.
Right.
So,
Logan.
I'm hitting the wrong buttons here.
But I forgot when I started up Apocalypse, we went through that whole fucking National Geographic entry of like it going through the timeline of shit. And I'm like, God, this looks so shitty. I thought I was watching a good movie and not Natural Geographic.
That and like the I don't know, yeah, Apocalypse was just not great.
Apocalypse, great casting.
Now,
Great casting. Shitty movie.
yeah, I mean, like also the way they portrayed Apocalypse, you know, turning what's his face into a version of Apocalypse was difficult, but I like the actual in Sabanur, the history. They actually see the original of his origin on Earth, that kind of stuff. That was pretty cool. Plus, that was set up in the previous movie, I believe, at the end.
Yes.
With Days of Future Past.
Yeah, they set up the whole of him building Egypt. And,
Yeah, they show him building a pyramid with his powers and the 4 horsemen on the dunes. Not that they covered that at all in the fucking movie, but it was what it was. But I liked, at least whenever Apocalypse recruited Magneto.
Yes.
That was a cool fucking scene.
Like, everybody got this badass... Like, Magneto got this badass...
Though his backstory in the movie is fucking sad.
And then we get... Storm just got added, you know, and then...
We did get Psylocke, finally.
We got Psylocke, but...
As... What's-her-face? The chick from G4. Why is her name escaping me right now?
I can't tell you.
Why can't we remember people today?
I don't... Maybe it's the 200 proof whiskey that's finally...
Yeah, the 200 proof whiskey that's eating at our fucking brain cells. Yeah. Jeff proof.
I'm going to cause some trouble.
It's just Jeff proof at this point.
Jeff proof.
Now, I will say, like, First Class... I finally watched First Class for the first time a few months ago. Like, I'd seen the sequels because for some reason I didn't bother watching the first one. And it was good. Days of Future Past is really good in its own right. It has some wonkiness.
Right.
One of the last times we got to see Ellen Page do something. Mm-hmm. Of course, before Umbrella Academy. But, and that set up both new and old timelines, which was cool. But then the Deadpool universe is somehow set in that timeline, not the original X-Men timeline. Because remember in Deadpool 2, we see the Days of Future, or the First Class cast in the X-Mansion.
Yeah.
In Deadpool 2.
I want to say that one may be set in the 2854 timeline.
It's in a weird, because like, well, as we discussed in the new Deadpool, he jumps timelines anyways.
Yeah.
So we get a mixture of a lot of different things.
So I've seen a lot of spoilers on TikTok.
You're shaming yourself? Oh, dude, they're all over Facebook,
and I'm
YouTube,
trying,
everything.
I'm trying not to look into it. I know we get like the comic book accurate height.
That's
Wolverine.
hilarious.
So the short Wolverine.
Short and super angry.
We get the Cavarine.
Yes. Dude, have you seen him do the arm cocking?
No.
Oh, okay. So since you know he's in the movie, he does the arm cocking thing that he does now.
Yeah.
So he goes chung chung with the claws and then just fucking punches Deadpool. And it's like, because they said like that's your thing now. You have to do it in whatever role you're gonna be punching someone. So when he did that, I didn't catch it at first. I didn't think about it. But then everybody points it out. I was like, oh, that is what he fucking did. That's hilarious. But it's also very... because normally we get like the slow draw of the claws. Mm-hmm. Like the intimidating slow draw. He's like, fuck you! And it's just like...
Because I know we also get...
I may go see it again tonight before work.
Yeah.
We also get the...
She's still mad at me, by the way.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm going to remind her again next time I see her.
I don't need... Look, we had a couple long talks this past weekend. I don't need her to get mad about anything.
So I know a lot of the characters we get. I'm just trying to play catch up.
Did you get the spoilers on the characters that didn't get initially spoiled?
No.
We're not going to tell you.
No.
Yeah. So all of I'll list all.
But you know there are other.
I know. I'll list all the ones I know of for a fact. So we get the John. I think it's John Cable's brown suit Wolverine versus Hulk.
Yes.
So we get Cavarine. We get the short one.
Accurate one.
We get the Wolverine that's from the what comic book it is. The cover of him on the big
cross.
X, the cross.
Yeah, on the X, yeah.
We get the apocalyptic Wolverine.
Yes, that's
the one
the
where
one
he's
I couldn't
missing
think of.
one hand.
Yes, that was the one I couldn't think of what it was called. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the Apocalypse, X-Men Apocalypse.
Yeah.
So what's on his other hand? Nothing?
No, so
his
he's lost his hand,
and he's got like a cuff.
It's a glove, basically, that has the claws already.
The claws come out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's like a stub. It's like a metal stub, and the claws come through.
How'd he
it.
lose his hand if he adamantium?
Do you really want to know? Well, one, if you can cut his hand off, he doesn't grow back limbs like Deadpool does.
He doesn't regenerate.
He regenerates, but
heals,
not like that.
But not.
It's a regeneration heal, but he cannot grow back.
The only thing
body
we've
parts.
ever seen him grow back was his bone claws.
So he doesn't have the
Wolverine.
cellular DNA. That's essentially what I've heard it called, where you can regrow things exactly as they were from cellular memory.
Well, so Deadpool's healing is based on Wolverine's, but his is actually different because it regrows dead cells, not living cells. So that's why he looks like cancer.
Ah.
Yeah. So his body literally grows back more, replaces good cells with shittier cells. That's why he looks the way he does. But he can regrow everything.
So it's less regeneration and more reanimation.
For Deadpool, yes.
Yeah.
But for Wolverine, it is a healing factor, and he can heal virtually any wound. But if you cut his head off, he will die, because there's only a couple ways that he dies in the comics. One is like I think they went through the adamantium bullet through his head. Basically, I know that's how he lost his memories.
I know I read the graphic novel Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe.
Yes,
and I forgot how he killed him.
The other option is you do what they did in the one comic where he gets coated in liquid adamantium and then dies because he can't breathe.
Yeah.
So externally completely covered in adamantium, and then it hardens at room temp. And so he dies on a cliff face, just covered in molten adamantium.
I think you can also kill him by drowning him.
Yeah, you can drown him.
He would not be a good swimmer.
No.
I guess if you get him out of the water soon enough, because that's what happened in Days of Future Past.
Right.
He got full of rebar and thrown to the bottom of the Potomac.
Yes, but
he did drown, but he woke back up.
But he couldn't
He can't-
Captain
he
Nemo his
can
way,
die,
walking the bottom.
He can totally. Well, no, he had rebar stuck through him and stuck to a fucking hunk of stadium.
Well, that's not comfortable.
Nope.
I know. I know.
That's
We also
Magneto for you.
we get the old man Logan from the Logan
Yeah.
comic books. Yeah,
He
that
dies eventually in one universe, and then
Yes.
other universes he comes through the main timeline or ultimate timeline.
so that whole series, that's actually one of my favorite.
Old Man
series.
Logan is crazy.
Yeah, because that one is kind of like after the Apocalypse series, where
That's one of the darker fucking. Future
Yeah, that's where-
timelines.
that's where the United States has been split in. Like the Hulk has one section.
Yup.
Magneto has one
Like
section.
the Brotherhood has a section.
Yeah.
Hulk has a section. I think Cyclops has a section or something like that. Like everybody's got their own.
It's one of my more favorite ones.
Yeah, but that's
So-
also where you get some of the most graphic shit that has
Oh.
ever happened. Like whenever when Hulk eats him.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has to kill the whole Hulk family.
Oh yeah, because you have
That's the hills have Hulks.
yeah.
Basically,
That's the hillbilly Hulks right there.
yeah, literally. Poor She-Hulk.
So those are the ones I know for a factor in, and I know we get a lot of very good returning characters.
We do technically get Old Man Logan, technically speaking. Your phone,
Yeah,
your
so-
phone be buzzing.
So Old Man Logan
Nope,
is the
that's not
one
me.
where he goes to and he's on the porch and he looks up. And he-
Oh, there was one where he was like Clint Eastwood on the porch.
yeah, that's Old Man Logan.
That's not what I was considering. I was considering the Logan. We technically get that Logan.
Yeah, so yes, we get a Logan Wolverine, and then we get Old Man Logan, which is the one where he blasts him off the porch with
I
a
forgot
shotgun.
about that
Yeah.
moment. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's why he's got the hat and everything.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
I know
he's
we
like Clint
get-
Eastwood, literally.
We get Gambit. I'm really excited for Gambit.
You should be.
I just
Yeah, I really wish that fucking the internet would not have spoiled that one for everybody now, because that's a good fucking.
I think they did a really, and I know why Channing Tatum is acting or is portraying Gambit.
he's been wanting to do it for 20 fucking years.
20 fucking years, and
Well,
He-
wait till you see it. His performance, his mannerisms, the way they animate everything.
Dude, he.
I
spot
know
on.
I know his accent is fucking spot on as
Well,
being from like as
Spot
close.
on.
Not spot on, but it's close.
Hey,
It's hilariously spot on.
yes,
It's-
and I think,
Okay, it's stereotypically spot on.
but that's
Dude,
dude.
that's the proper.
As someone who's
definition.
been to Louisiana and especially
But-
the southern part of Louisiana,
Yeah.
and has picked up a lot of Cajun Creole talk and accent, hearing it, it's like I'm back in southern
Well,
Louisiana.
I mean, I'll put it to you this way.
his more New Orleans area.
No, it's maybe more up towards New Orleans. You know when he says, c'est la c'est bon
No,
temps
he-
roulé.
He's from that whole, the Bayou area down there.
Who? Channing Tatum or Gambit?
Gambit.
Yes, yeah, Gambit's from New Orleans.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans, but he's from the outskirts, the Bayou, the
Yes.
country.
Yeah. But what he does do in the movie is that his accent is very inconsistent
Yeah, it's
Oh, is
funny.
it?
on purpose.
Oh.
Because the joke is you need to fire your dialect coach.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
So I've seen
Yeah.
that scene. It's been spoiled on TikTok of
Yeah.
him
I mean,
walking out.
If you've been spoiled to Gambit, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
I know we
You,
get
you would have seen the other characters who were also
we
secrets.
get Blade,
Yeah.
and we get
Which is a big deal that nobody seems to understand.
one of my
big a deal
favorite
that
characters.
was.
Yeah. And I know they reference the Punisher because they're like, "Oh, where'd you get that puppy?" And it's when Blade stands up with the bazooka.
Oh, that's
and he's
right.
like,
yeah.
"There's only been one Blade. There's only going to be one Blade."
Yep.
And he goes, "Where'd you get that from?"
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Punisher.
the Punisher's 18th floor.
Which Punisher? Yeah, 18th floor. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
So, for the most part, all the characters have been spoiled.
Yeah,
What you need to catch on is up on is the dick jokes
Oh, for sure.
because they're everywhere.
'cause those are spoilers. Apparently, there's a lot of people mad about the sheer amount of gay jokes in it, and I'm like, wait, which way are you mad about this? That they were making fun of gays, or actually they weren't? They were just talking about how gay Deadpool technically is.
They were just trashing each other.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, Deadpool is pansexual.
Right.
So it is what it is. I mean, like, I don't understand why anybody was mad.
We saw that in the first Deadpool where,
Yeah, and in the second movie, he wanted to fuck Colossus.
Yeah.
He was even told by what's her face to don't fuck Colossus, and he's like, what? And he's like, don't fuck Elvis, and she's like, don't fuck Colossus, and he's like, what? So it's like,
so
I mean, can you even fuck Colossus, or is his butthole solid?
That's one I do need to see. I've watched Deadpool 1 a lot.
So
I
you
haven't seen
2
Deadpool
enough.
2 yet.
You want to borrow the unrated?
Oh no, I've got it on Blu-ray.
I have the unrated on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I've got them both. I've
Okay.
got like the dual pack.
He said no. No means no.
Well,
I
I
own
thought
them.
maybe he only had the normal. If you haven't seen the unrated's worth it.
Yeah, no.
So I
Walmart
cannot,
2-pack.
I cannot wait for the Deadpool 3 unrated version. That's going to be ridiculous. God knows what they cut out of this movie.
Yeah, I guess I need to
for
get the unrated version myself for the second one.
You should. It's fucking hilarious. Well, you don't
He's
like
got
the
it. He
second
can
one.
let you borrow it.
No, he wants it for himself. He'll have to watch it on his Switch.
You can do that.
I just fucking with you. You do everything on your Switch. I'm just making the joke that you would do
I
that.
can watch movies on my Switch.
You can watch it on your
can?
Kindle. Actually, I think you can. I think they have a. Don't they have one? Like obviously not loading it.
It's a
but I'm
Kindle
saying-
Fire. That's their tablet.
If
fire.
we as a society didn't get rid of PSPs, then yeah, you could watch it on your PSP
There should be a PSP 5.
or your PSP Vita.
That'd be great. I'd love to see a new mobile platform that could run, more modern games.
Just get a Steam Deck.
I've been looking at them.
Everybody says the Steam Deck's badass.
Okay.
Especially once you mod it. Like, you can mod it to have finger controls on everything. So you can just have macro controls like a normal computer would have mapped out to different keys.
I need to buy a gaming computer. Found a new game that I want to play.
This is a so-called gaming computer.
What
Oh,
one?
I just
It's
thought
called
about something.
Infection Free Zone.
Okay.
It's like survival and command and conquer kind of
Okay.
put together.
Yeah, I just started a new one to me. What was it, Borderlands 3?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we watched the Borderlands trailer. So he's all like, Borderlands seems cool.
Well, I watched that. I was like, yeah, man. And so far, I'm just
I need to watch that
I'm just a
movie
few
too.
chapters
Well, it
in, and
hasn't come out
it's
Yeah, it comes out this week, I think.
the game's entertaining.
I
It's
think
funny as hell.
so. Yeah, especially like Claptrap and everything
think
else like that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. So in our Deadpool review, I did not yet know who the other characters were, like the voices behind the other Deadpools.
Yeah, the kid pool was his,
Kid Pool and Baby Pool were
Kids.
Ryan Reynolds' kids, but Cowboy Pool was Matthew McConaughey.
all right,
Yep.
all right, all
I
right.
discovered that after the
then,
fact, but I never said I didn't say it on the show so far.
Well,
The,
it was on one of the projectiles thrown in the opening credits.
The
I think so.
floating head, the head pool,
Yeah.
with the thing.
Oh, that was
Who was that?
That's the guy from
That's Rob.
no, it's
No,
the,
it was Nathan Fillion.
yeah, Nathan Fillion.
It was Nathan Fillion.
No
Yes.
way.
Head Pool was Nathan Fillion. That's right.
from
But
Rookies or
yeah. But one of the Deadpools was
Wait,
Rob.
Nathan Fillion, oh, Firefly.
Firefly, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So
It's like, why'd you go
is
to
it
Rookie first?
Like Rob McElroy or whatever, the guy that he co-owns
McElroy?
Wrexham.
Yeah.
So he was, I think, one of the Deadpools as well.
Welsh Pool was some
Welsh Pool
soccer.
was one of the soccer players.
Yeah.
I believe from Wrexham.
I'm sure they had so many cameos with
yeah,
you
there's
know,
probably a
sports
lot of
stars
people.
and random people.
Yeah.
All right, who will give us money or has some notoriety that
There's
wants
definitely.
to?
I guarantee you, there were people who paid to be Deadpools
Yeah.
in the movie.
I do.
If they didn't have fans do it, they probably would.
I really hope that Ryan Reynolds went out of his way to do this. There's a guy that he did an interview with. He had lost his son,
Yeah.
and he was on the verge of like committing suicide. But now he dresses like Deadpool, and he carries this fucking tub with all these rubber duckies for like mental health and stuff.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And he did a whole ass interview, and I'm like, if you don't fucking put
He
him
probably
in the
did. He's
movie,
Ryan Reynolds. He probably would.
yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Because I
Ryan
saw a
Reynolds.
thing with him and
Hurling
somebody.
exploding rubber duckies.
dude.
Those are called quack bangs. Shout out to Fat Electrician.
Or are they party quackers?
No, quack bang. It was wherever they would, whenever they were clearing rooms in a certain place in the world, because they knew to expect flashbangs. This one dude would carry rubber duckies with him instead, so he would throw in a rubber ducky. The guys would go, "What the fuck?" and then throw in a flashbang, and then a bit so they would get closer, looking at the duck, and then hit him with a flashbang. So they called it the quack bang.
Yep.
That's the story of the quack.
We
bang.
got bored and found a whole bunch of these Angry Bird toys while deployed in Afghanistan, and we started cutting them open and unstuffing them and wrapping our grenades on our gear in Angry Birds.
There you go.
That might be a war crime.
They're throwing stuff.
But no, they'd be on your battle rattle hanging out, and you'd have 3 or 4 of each of them hanging out.
My record button is like doing a weird glitch thing. I don't know if it's like just an animation that's programmed on it, but I'm watching it. It's like going brr, brr. Like it almost looks like a glitch animation.
He's easily distracted, isn't he?
Well, no, because it's literally it's like it's normally just pulsing while it's
we're
recording.
3 hours in. Turns out we haven't been recording the entire time.
No, we're only an hour. we're only an hour and a half in. Fuckers. Don't tell me. I can see it right there on the fucking screen.
Uh-oh, look at you.
125, you bitches. But I don't know if that's a purposeful animation or there's something wrong with it. That's my only concern. What else do we have?
Let's see here.
We normally by now will be talking about who our current president is. And
I'm kind of done watching that circus for now.
It is such a ridiculous circus that's going on now. Because I don't think we have a president right now, well, unfortunately.
At the moment, anybody listening, at the moment, instead of fretting over things that we as individual citizens have absolutely no control over, you need to start looking inward. Start getting your home and your family ready for the absolute worst. I want nothing more than to be wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love for any preparation I've made up to this point to be all for nothing. But in case I'm not, guys, y'all start looking out for your own, man. Start getting ready.
Yeah. 2025 is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
They're already talking about doing some crazy shit if Trump gets elected. They're already planning ahead.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Of course.
yeah. Got one of our. I believe he's a senator, if I recall correctly. He was talking about they already have a plan on how to get Trump out and basically cause a civil war that would allow them to punish the opposite side.
Really?
Yeah.
That's going to end well for them.
They're already planning it out.
I'll tell you right now, that's going to
They're-
end real
they're-
well for
They're
them.
basically
Hang 'em all.
they're basically planning a coup if Trump wins, and they've already laid it out. They've already said exactly what they're going to do. They said it out loud to public. Like they're just like, this is what we're going to do. So look forward to that.
Right.
And he said when it comes around. So basically, and he flat out said because January 6th is when they do the thing and they check all the votes and all that nonsense in the Senate. So he said if January 6th comes around, this is what we're going to do. It's like, oh, so we're already planning a 2025 January 6th insurrection.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's like, and you said it out loud ahead of time. Huh. It's almost like you were telling people to maybe, I don't know, take action on that day in the future. Weird that.
Oh, it's going to be we're not going to see any of that fallout here initially. It's going to be larger metropolises, stuff,
Yeah.
We
Houston,
won't
Dallas.
see it right here.
and especially where I'm at, I'll be insulated from everything.
Yeah, you'll see the fire. I mean, we already talked about California being on fire. Honestly, I don't think that Texas is going to be an issue regardless.
No.
I think that it's going to be the same cities. It's always the issue.
We've already had people and law enforcement officials in our immediate area that I've already sworn to be a Second Amendment sanctuary city, stuff like that.
I'm surprised we already aren't.
But
I mean, Texas should be a
they've already
Second
said
Amendment
they're not
sanctuary state.
the local governments here are not going to comply with federal mandates for confiscations, anything like that.
No.
Oh, yeah, that was the best thing I think that Kamala has said so far that she's planning on doing if she becomes president. We're going to do mandatory gun buybacks. It's like, no, that's confiscation. If it's mandatory, that's not a buyback.
Yep.
Sorry,
You
that's
better
not
be
how that
buying
works,
my gun
honey.
for what I paid for it.
No, you just get your $20 voucher.
No, just have a boating accident.
Or you just don't go along with it because it's in the Constitution.
Exactly.
I love that they flat out tell us how they're planning on breaking the Constitution every step of the way, and nobody stops them.
For real.
Well, here's the reason why. Because us that actually see through their shit, they're gonna be like, oh, conspiracy theorists. But the people that don't
No,
fucking
more
buy into
spoilers.
It's not a
Yeah.
conspiracy when they say it out loud.
but those that go, oh yeah, no, they're kidding. Those are the fucking people that follow them. So
No, wrong button. No, it's not that they think they're kidding. They're happy.
yeah,
They like it. I had this argument. Oh, okay. So, friend of mine. I don't think I told you this. I won't mention his name out loud on the show, but
Was it your individual you may or may not have been acquainted with for a while? Older gentleman? Someone at work?
No,
Okay.
no.
Not that guy.
No, this is a friend, a proper friend, not my supervisor. We got into an argument about gun rights And I would have never expected for him to be on the other side of the gun rights argument. Because, the Supreme Court said, no, bump stocks, you can't fucking ban those. Arm braces, can't ban those. And he's like, what do you need a bump stock for? What the hell you need an arm band for or an arm brace for? And I'm like, and I'm not the biggest gun guy. I like guns. I like shooting guns. I don't own as many as I'd like to. But the sheer leftist idea that was coming out of him, and he's not a leftist. I was like, where the fuck is all of this coming from? Like, everything else he and I ever talk about when it comes to politics, it's all right or moderate. That's it. But never would have expected the what the hell do you need that for argument coming from him. And I'm like, okay, first of all, bump stocks, yeah, kind of pointless, but you shouldn't not have it. Is like, if your gun can make use of a bump stock, why not? I mean, it's not something that every shooter will be able to make use of.
In my opinion, bump stocks are a toy.
That's all they are. It is a toy. That's all it's for. It doesn't help anything.
No, you're actually less accurate trying to utilize a bump stock.
Yeah. I'll go as far as saying selector switches. The only one you actually probably need is a 3-round burst. Because full auto is just
a full auto machine
suppression.
I honestly believe we should be able to put selector switches on whatever we want right now.
I'm right there with you.
I mean,
okay, so beyond just what the gun can do on its own, because that wasn't even part of the argument. He wasn't arguing semi-auto versus whatever. He didn't say, you don't need to turn a thing into a machine gun. I beat him to the punch, and I said, it doesn't make a thing a machine gun. It just means you can fire your semi-auto a little faster and probably less accurately because it's now bump firing, which is not fantastic, but is fun. But the arm brace thing, and I said, basically, I didn't go into the idea that it makes a handgun into a short barrel rifle, technically. But the idea is to help you aim more effectively. And he's like, aim at what? I was like, whatever it is you're aiming at, whatever your target might be. I don't care if it's a fucking can.
A third point of contact going to mean you're more stable and you will be on target more accurately.
Exactly. And he's like, but what do you need it for? I was like, okay. Well, look at it this way, and this is what I explained to him. I was like, okay, so he's talking about in the incidents of the Trump shooting. And I'm like, okay, so look at it this way. If somebody walks into a crowd, has a gun, they're planning to do harm on someone over there, for instance. Like you've got a gun here, you want to shoot over there. That person is in and around other people that may or may not be hurt. The ability for you to aim more accurately at the target you intend to hit is always going to be a benefit, which is one reason why the guy didn't manage to assassinate Trump, because he had no real optics on the fucking thing. He had a red dot with a 1x mod. There's no magnification. Yeah. He might as well have been shooting with fucking iron sights, honestly. But the idea that you wouldn't want to be more accurate, no matter what for, whether it's target shooting, he's like, well, what do you want to be more accurate for? You're going to get a gold medal or, 100 points like a video game? I was like, motherfucker, it's like shooting anything, you want to be as accurate as you can.
Right.
If you have something that is let's just say ridiculous, like 3 MOA, and you can get it down to 2.5, that's already a fucking improvement.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So, and for anybody, I've explained this before on a live stream, but basically that's your target area that at 100 yards that you can hit within accuracy. And I think it's what is it, median of angle or something like that. I think it's something like that. I might have the M wrong, but either way. But the idea is you want a more accurate weapon no matter what it is you have and whatever it is you're using it for. It is a tool like any other tool. It can be used for good, it can be used for bad, it can be used for fun.
Moreover, what's it anyone else's business what you're getting whatever for? That's your decision, your Second Amendment rights. Those that shall not be infringed part.
Yeah, that's why I can have nukes.
So
we should be able to have nukes. So I come down to the age-old argument. If they can have it, I should be able to have it. And if the criminals can access it, I definitely should have legal access to it.
Yes.
Because it's being able to respond with equal power, no matter the situation.
That's called a use of force continuum, is how you apply that.
Sure. Now, I'm going to go and stand on a completely ridiculous argument Because technically speaking, a car is a far more effective weapon at killing a lot of people than a handgun.
Possibly.
Because you can kill a whole lot more people driving into a fucking crowd at 40 miles an hour than 12 bullets in a gun.
Yeah, they show that in France.
They showed it here when that Christmas parade they got fucking run into with that SUV that one time. But here's the thing. You can buy every fucking available mod for your Jeep to put giant tires, put a foot in the air, and put massive fucking metal bumpers that would definitely do a significant amount of harm to a lot of fucking people.
Or all the DIY guys that do the same thing but do it wrong and end up getting in crashes because their shit falls apart.
I'm talking about purposeful action.
Right.
Purposeful action, because you can mod your gun out however fucking way you want, but people get all up in arms about that. No pun intended. I just thought about that. But when you could do the same thing to a vehicle, or we can go even really crazy and we go full killdozer.
Right.
Like, that dude modified a fucking bulldozer to do a whole lot of damage. Didn't really plan on killing anybody. He was capable, but he did not.
He was just angry.
He was very angry. He had very specific targets. However, he modified a thing to do something it wasn't necessarily meant to do, or improved the thing it was meant to do. But he didn't technically kill anybody. He might have hurt a couple people, but he wasn't planning on killing anybody. But when it comes to a severely modified Jeep with like $100,000 thrown at it and make a big fucking ridiculous toy, if somebody wants to use that for off-roading or plowing over a crowd, that comes down to the person behind the fucking wheel.
Yeah.
So an insane person's going to do an insane thing. A criminal's going to do a criminal thing. But you should have the ability to do whichever.
I mean, hell, look at in England where everything's been outlawed forever.
And everything's currently on fire.
Exactly. They, people can get out there with a knife, a fucking kitchen knife, and raise all kind of hell.
That's literally what just happened.
Yeah. Did you see that they...
I didn't see that. I just know it happens a lot.
Yeah, they're riots now in England, and they've arrested like 4,000 people at this point.
Oh wow! Riots over what?
Well, normal people got a little angry and disturbed at the fact that migrants have come in and caused a lot of crime, and very recently
they've had a lot of them.
This one migrant very recently decided to kill 3 little girls because he could. And everybody said, hey, we are sick and tired of this nonsense. So they decided to try to stand up, except they don't have First and Second Amendment there. So now they're...
Kitchen knives, bats, cricket bats.
So now they're calling normal people right-wing nut jobs, arresting people who are just standing up for what they believe is, their sanctity and freedom in their own fucking country where they have been overrun. So I threw out this statistic I just heard yesterday. Can you guess what the percentage of British-born people is in London?
Probably like 18%.
Okay, that's really low, but...
I'd say probably in the neighborhood about 45%.
Close. You're closer than he was. It's about 37%. So 37% native-born British people live in London.
I didn't go over.
Yeah. You went way under though. So you got
$1.
So
Prices.
the capital of Great Britain is majority migrants, one way, legal or other.
Lots of Polish immigrants,
lots of Syrian and a lot of countries that allow for a lot of terrorism. There are a lot of people escaping said problems. But there's a lot of people claiming they're escaping those problems, and just to be able to bring those
familiar.
Problems, doesn't it? Except that we have the we have the Second Amendment here. Sean and I talked about that this morning, especially here in Texas, where we have, I don't know what you might want to call an invasion. I don't know. You might want to, but we're building a big ass wall, and we have guns.
Home. My dad's place.
Yeah,
he lives over East County ways up north. Mm-hmm. And he had a bunch of look-to-be migrants on foot trying to come up his drive. Yeah, so he's got about a half-mile-long dirt road, and he turned all his dogs. He's got Great Pyrenees and mutts. There's probably 10 dogs. Turned them all out.
Yeah,
he said they got the hell out of there.
Well, out east,
and Big Boz, 150-pound monster.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So we already know that out east county ways, they have literally built basically a colony of illegals.
Yep.
Of like something like 1,400, 1,700 illegals, and they're just legally allowed to live there for reasons.
Yeah.
It's like, and I've gone to there. It is a massive chunk of Splendora.
Really?
Yeah, between Splendora
I mean,
and
are they
Cleveland.
keeping it nice, or is it friggin' Little Mexico?
What do you think?
That probably looks great.
It looks like a hobo camp.
Really?
Well, it used to look like a hobo camp. Then real people bought property, started building it up. Then it basically turns into Little
Hell, that
Mexico.
happened there at a
It is effectively Little Mexico.
kind of like old 105 by Walker Road.
I know the area you're referring to.
That cut through. There
Yeah,
used to be
yeah.
nothing there.
Yeah. So
And now it's Mobile Home City.
it is Mobile Home City, but that's nicer than the area I'm referring to.
Okay.
It has been pretty well overrun in what clearly was meant to be mostly residential. I guess they just said, "Man, fuck that, fuck zoning," and they just started building little corner stores everywhere, like clearly little bodegas. Turned some houses into restaurants
Oh,
and stuff
wow.
like that.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
just because they basically went full unincorporated, because they're in between Splendora and Cleveland. And I watched it grow, and it is ridiculous. Like, you go out there now, it's like the roads that were nicely paved are all fucking falling apart.
Bet you can find some good tacos though.
Probably, but I mean, you're probably gonna find the runs while you're at it too.
It's all you do in Mexico anyway.
And I'm sure some of those.
This is authentic.
Yeah, I'm sure some of those streets are probably running open sewage as well. And just I'm just assuming, but it's right next to a really nice area where it butts up to 99. Because 99 usually brings through some pretty nice neighborhoods. So, and then they have all that connected now from north to south. And then it's exploded out there. I think they're planning on something like 8,000 homes in that area, both the Little Mexico area and then the normal whatever, But the fact that they were basically giving people like zero interest, no money down fucking homes and property out there.
Well, my father,
And we could just guess which
he's
giant
had a
corporation
number
owns it.
of debtors in the past, and he said the Hispanic people are some of the best debtors because they pay in cash, they pay on time, it's every time.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't want to get deported.
Exactly.
But that's a bad thing. That's facilitating a crime.
Yeah.
If people would enforce such things. Did I ever tell y'all that we actually got our neighbors who were all living in our the adjacent apartment? We got them all fucking evicted because they were living there illegally.
What? Just squatting?
They weren't squatting, but they were there illegally on every front. So
From the civil to the
there was both civil and federal, I guess, technically.
Federal.
So when they moved in, they were already causing problems because it was a family of 7 moved into a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh God.
The guy who technically rented the apartment was an illegal criminal. By that I mean he was a non-citizen and he was committing crimes and was wanted in several states. So he eventually got busted in Louisiana because he went over there to do some crime. And he was married to our neighbor who was an American citizen. However, because of she has felonies on her record, she technically couldn't get the lease.
Yeah.
So she had the very, very illegal guy falsify documents and get the lease. Mm-hmm. So they caused us a lot of problems. Her kids, she was trying to work a job just to fucking make ends meet.
Yeah.
Her fucking felon cousin came to live with them after her husband got arrested and deported. And at the same time, her oldest son, who's now doing drugs, and moving drugs through the apartment, and her youngest kid was special needs. They got into a fight, and we called the cops on them because the oldest son was tired of the kid screaming and yelling, so he beat the shit out of him, and the kid locked himself in the bathroom. We called the cops. They wouldn't let him in to investigate. She got called home and then told us what was going on. So, unfortunately, she was very nice and very forthcoming with us about everything, and we did the right thing and reported her to the fucking office because not a single person out of the 11 people who were now living in that apartment were actually on the lease.
oh wow.
And they were causing problems. They were damaging cars in the parking lot. They were bringing drugs through because of the criminal
How the hell
activity.
were they damaging cars?
The kids were just out in the fucking parking lot throwing shit around, and, playing sports in the parking lot, hitting cars with shit and not caring. I mean, nothing crazy. But also, after that, another set of criminals moved in above us that were running drugs constantly. It's like, I'm sorry, when a young, 22-year-old dude is going in and out of apartment every fucking 15 to 20 minutes, there's only one thing he's fucking doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's running fucking drugs. Eventually, they got all the people who were doing the drugs and selling the drugs got kicked out, and the one person who was straight stayed for the end of that lease and then left. That fucking apartment fucking sucked, dude. But I have a video on my Facebook that will probably crop up here sometime soon to remind me that the time that kicked it all off, it was the illegal husband and the oldest son. They were the only ones home. They were smoking weed. And they cranked up their stereo as loud as it would fucking go. The bass was... Not only could I hear the music clearly in my apartment, the bass was rattling everything in my apartment. So I pulled out my phone, and I just recorded.
You're a better person than me.
We got two...
No.
Fucking,
I went over there, and I pounded on the fucking door.
Oh, I would have fucking SWAT kicked the door in.
Yeah.
Like,
at the apartment, we got a loud music neighbor on one side, and they have to be rhinos wearing tap shoes above us.
Elephants.
I mean, holy cow. They're the noisiest people I've ever heard. Boom, 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 boom. Nonstop, walking around, pacing.
So,
and I guess they have to be stomping.
Probably kids.
We've been super lucky with our 2 apartments not to have fucking noisy ass neighbors.
Yeah.
The only one that we've ever had a problem with was our first apartment.
Which place was that?
This was the retreat.
Okay.
The way the apartments laid out and butted up to each other.
Yeah.
And where the like cable boxes were, they were shared in one wall.
Yeah.
Our neighbor smoked hella fucking weed. If we kept our closet door open and the door from our bedroom to the living room, we would walk in and it would just smell of weed.
That was here.
And I've smoked. Still occasionally smoke.
How dare you?
I know. I'm a terrible person.
You are. You're a bad kid, Will.
It's all CBD, for the record.
Yeah, right. Just like his CBD gummies.
Right?
His 250 milligram CBD gummies.
I have never
those are good
inhaled.
boys.
That's
So-
why you were late today.
No, I went to bed with unassisted. First time in a while, unassisted sleep this morning.
Well, you should have assisted
So-
your waking up.
That's probably why I slept so hard.
Yeah, you should have assisted your waking up part. Continue.
So, but other than that, we've never had any problems with our neighbors. Except for, like, when we went to move out to the retreat, the assholes that had their off-leash pit bull run up on my service animal.
Oh, we're going back to the beginning story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my service dog was attacked by an off-leash pit bull. And it wasn't like an aggressive attack. It was like, hey, playfully lunge at you and bark.
Oh, it's,
but,
you know, we're out in the middle of nowhere. And I've watched multiple territory disputes between my pack of dogs and the neighbor's dogs.
yeah.
And it's finally getting to the point where if one of the dogs gets near, all 5 of them will post up at the front gate and just wait and dare them to cross whatever imaginary line that they've set up. All of them just lined up going, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
So, but besides that, and then at our new place, management just being shitty.
Yeah.
But other than that, maintenance guys, hella cool.
Yeah.
Well, at your new place, you're the manager.
I am the manager, and man, I got a lot of shit to fix. Anybody know a good shower door replacement? I gotta fix a shower door.
Shower doors are for wusses.
I mean, we can put up a curtain.
That's
Yeah, yoink it up, put in the curtain. Is it a tub door or a shower door?
it's a shower door.
Okay.
It's a stand-up shower door.
Oh, they've got some options.
sliding or hinged?
Hinged.
Glass or
It's glass.
okay.
It's
But
it's
there's something wrong. I think a piece of the metal is sheared off at the hinge.
Probably.
Because it sits lower.
It's probably
so
one of
I
those
can't-
deals where you're gonna have to replace fucking
The frame,
everything.
They got
Because
kits. Measure
Yeah.
it off. They got kits that can be built for you.
I just don't fucking want to do that.
nope, just rip the whole thing out, put in a whole new.
And I
shower
know-
shelf.
I know.
Wait, did y'all buy or did you?
We're renting.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So you can't really modify.
No, I can because of who I'm renting from.
Oh,
so I
see
can.
how it
But
works.
she's also told me, she's like, hey, just we'll find
If
somebody.
you got to
and get
do
it
it, you got to
replaced.
do it. Yeah.
I was like, let me try to fix it myself. Like that's me. That's me as a person. I will try to fix it myself
Little
Yeah.
Southern ingenuity.
before I hire somebody. Because no, it's not Southern
Save the
Ingenuity. It's
fucking
called
money.
I'm fucking broke.
It's called being poor, Jeff.
How do you think I learned to work on any vehicle or do woodworking?
It's
or
for
anything?
white boys.
I'm
Exactly.
cheap.
It's like I'm fucking broke. I'm white.
Well, you're kind of orangey now.
Looks more of a mob.
No, it's his shirt.
So
No, his face is kind of a puce.
Chartreuse.
I know.
Puce.
So
Pusey.
just
Jerry?
little simple things. I gotta It's just so fucking hot. I got to mow the yard tonight. So after this,
You're gonna be that dick who fucking mows after dark.
Well, no, the lawnmower we were recently given.
Do lawnmowers still come with headlights?
Yes.
No.
Mine does.
Oh,
was gonna
you have
say-
a ride-on lawnmower, probably.
Yeah, ZTR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I think my other one that I need to work on, I put a light bar on it as well.
we were given a push mower,
Yeah.
a gas-powered push mower, but
At least it wasn't the rotaries.
it's
Manual.
yeah. But
cut better.
dude, I spent 30 minutes trying to crank this thing, and I'm like looking for like a prime bulb.
Yeah.
Not a prime bulb on this thing.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's a Lawn Boy Easy Start.
Apparently not.
Yeah.
Carburetor good?
No, that's what I need to dig into.
Pull it, spray it out with carb cleaner. You should be good to go.
I pulled the spark plug cap, and I looked at the spark plug. Spark plug's all rusted in there. and
Oh,
I'm
that'll
like,
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's
Get a new plug in it.
yeah. They're like, we haven't changed the spark plug in 4 years, and I'm like, cool. Yeah,
Dump out all the fuel.
yeah.
I remember.
No, the fuel's good because I stuck my finger in it and smelled it, and it's not varnishy.
Put a little bit of seafoam in it to stabilize it.
But I got to go pick up a.
Or you can use that stable fuel, the pre-mixed in the
Yeah.
can. That you can leave in.
Oh yeah,
because it doesn't do
The
anything.
true through.
It's already
true
treated.
fuel, yeah.
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 It's treated ahead of time.
So I'm gonna go pick up a
Unless it's
easy,
four-stroke.
the Easy Go lawnmowers, the electric battery powered
yeah.
ones. Those come with headlights. So yeah, I'm gonna be that night with an electric lawnmower mowing.
Yeah.
Because I'm seriously,
Otherwise,
it's
he's
like
out there with a lightsaber.
it's up there. It's up to my knees.
Headlights on your Crocs.
I'm already getting. We're already getting letters from the HOA.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking HOA. I will say one of the
You have a weed eater.
It was also gifted to us. Does not work.
yeah, of course. That's why it's a gift.
We were gifted three pieces of equipment that were hand-me-downs. You know, I'm like super thankful for them.
Yeah.
The lawnmower didn't want to start. The weed eater didn't want to start. But the
Probably-
blower, it works perfectly.
It's probably
fine.
the same reason in both things.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say is like I've had a push mower problem back when I still lived in Willis, and it was all my roommate's shit. But you know I'm home all day. He's at work all day, so like I would get out and mow if it started looking pretty ugly. I know how to use a mower. I'm not an idiot. And I remember like it wasn't a huge yard by any means, but we had a big sloped thing up to the main road. So I had to get all the area in front of it, anything like that. And then when it wasn't mud before I moved out, there was a decent little mid-yard area. They tore it all up and fucked everything up, and we ended up having to just make it clay. But I remember the mower. I've never seen this happen. I'm just pushing it along. I've got it disengaged and just pushing it, and it literally just erupts oil
Oh gosh.
from every orifice. I'm just like, I'm like,
Overfilled?
Justin. I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. It was like I didn't hit anything. I didn't do whatever. It was just a normal mowing situation, and I've never seen this before. It was like every single oil seal gave out at the exact same time.
It was probably over full and the pickup overloaded.
I have no idea. I've never seen this before. And it wouldn't.
Well, no,
and
those
it
didn't
wouldn't
have
run.
a pickup. They had the crank that actually
I
splashed
have
it around.
zero clue. I don't even remember what brand it was. My brain says Craftsman, but likely not. I doubt that, but no idea. But it wasn't my problem. It's his fucking mower. But I told him, and I left it out for him so he didn't have to like, go at it later.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't want to put it away in case it caught fire in the fucking shed.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for. Shed. I didn't want to say shop. It was a shed.
tool barn.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those prefabs from wherever, but we got it. I think his brother gave it to us. Yeah, because he was using it on his property, and he gave it to us. And I was actually at my friend's house in the neighborhood helping him assemble his garage.
Yeah.
So he had a garage in a box, but it had been completely like the instructions were long gone. It had been moved from property to property, disassembled. We're like, okay, we got to figure out how to fucking get this thing, and we had to put it on his property where it was also
So you're
sloped.
sitting there at the picture.
Well, I mean, it was kind of obvious where stuff went. But it was just a lot of fucking work, and it had the metal roof and all that, and it was a big one. It was like a 20 by 30.
Yeah, I guess it's harder when you don't have your hardware labeled and everything.
Yeah, and also the spot where it's going isn't ideal. Like it's just big enough, but also it's on a slope, and I don't mean a little one. I'm talking about this far off the 18 inches off the ground.
Oh, so you're sitting there with a ladder.
No, we had that. No, we had it fucking. We had every block available to hold up the one corner.
Yeah.
It eventually got moved elsewhere, but at least for the time being, it was set there. I just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, hey, we're not touching ground over here. And like we had a short stump that was sitting on one side, and then we had the 18 inches to the ground at the other corner. I'm like, find every concrete block you can, bud. And I was like, so I get home from doing that for like 4 hours, and there's a shed in my yard. I'm like, I didn't even know this was okay. I'm like, because it was good because all of our tools were in our living room, including the lawnmower. So we used to have to haul the lawnmower up the fucking stairs into the trailer to keep it safe, because we're not going to leave it out. It's going to get fucking stolen. It's a sketchy ass neighborhood. So once we had the barn or the shed, it was good for that. And we put all this shit out there. Good, because we no longer had gas and fucking ant poison and everything else fucking sitting in our living room. So, living room. It was our garage at that point, basically.
Shoot, a buddy of mine was building a shed, and he got to a point where he realized he screwed up and didn't make everything tall enough. After he built the whole subfloor and everything else, there was one patch in the middle, very middle, where everything was supported, and they needed to lift it up to put more blocks under everything.
Yeah.
And Baba went, "Hey, call Hefe. He's big." So they called Hefe, and I showed up on the bike, hopped off, and said, "What are y'all doing?" And Bobo said, "Hefe, we got a good idea, and we need your help."
So, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
So I got in the middle of that thing, straddling these joists, and took a 2-inch ratchet strap, went 2 times around, basically made a harness over my shoulders, squatted down, and then proceeded to squat the entire substructure while they stack about 8 inches more of blocks all the way around it.
Wow, they literally use you as a pack mule.
I was a forklift.
Hefty the forklift.
Hey, it's not stupid if it works.
Right?
No, it's still stupid. It's not stupid if you get the chiropractor bill.
His logic was we could get the 3-ton jack and spend 4 hours going around the entire place, or be done in 20 minutes.
So just get the one fat guy.
I wasn't fat back then.
You just found the title for this episode. It's not stupid if it works.
No, this was going to be a
Fat tractor?
Purses versus pockets was
Purses
the
versus
original
pockets.
title I had set up. Actually, I still don't have a title for episode 104.
Episode 104 works.
Considering I'm fucking working on it, I got to finish editing it tonight or tomorrow.
What did we talk
Here,
about? There was one of those.
I'll name it for you.
What was that one long, good laugh?
Well, you have to listen to it.
Yeah.
No, we'll just call it herpessyphilitis.
No. Have you listened to 104 yet? It went up yesterday.
No, probably.
Fucking
So,
bad patron.
I know. Well, I've been moving, dude.
Patreon off.
Yeah. You know what? Fucking podcast just play in the background. Actually, Patreon will minimize.
So I gotta
show it
download
anyways.
Patreon to our TV so I can watch the full episode on our 76-inch
You can
TV.
see our big ass heads.
And actually, for the Deadpool review, I said because it was a movie review, I just left the full video up. So that was a big fucking file. That's one reason I checked earlier. I was like, wait, do I have space to record all this today? I was like, fuck, that would suck. Stop. Like, we'd look over. It quit recording at like an hour and 10 minutes because it ran out of space. Would not be the fucking first time.
Right.
I deleted like 4 uncut episodes because I've been putting up the uncut episodes at full resolution. I put out the normal video for everybody at smaller resolution. It's still 720p, but I don't put it at a high quality. I forgot there's a middle quality button, and it just goes, "Hey, that's half the gigs." Oh, good. It goes from 16 gigs to 8 gigs. I was like,
We can live
excellent.
with that.
There you go.
Because episode 100 at full render was close to 20 gigs.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that was 4.5 fucking hours at 1080p, 60 frames per second. That was a big fucking episode.
Friggin' 4 hours of chaos.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Can't do that again.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, episode 200. We'll do that.
200.
Next time we're all drinking more.
No. You can say that because you were the only one not really drinking.
Pretty much I had to work.
That was your fault.
Right.
Either way, so I think that's a good enough spot to end because we don't really have too much else to talk about because I already covered all the big topics I wanted to go over anyways. And we short shifted the House of the Dragons, but that's for Will's benefit.
Yeah, we'll catch that later.
So wait, have you watched any of the show?
Nope.
At all?
Nope.
But you watched Game of Thrones?
Yep.
Okay. Well, at least you got 2 seasons to watch.
Okay.
But for some reason, they shorted the second season. First season was 10 episodes. Second season is 8. More CG.
And you said 2026?
for the second.
It's going to be a minute,
third
man.
season.
Good. Cool. Because I've
But
got,
I'm
I've got
hoping-
priorities.
what I-
Shorzy.
Yeah, one a month.
How have you not caught up on Shorzy?
No.
This motherfucker. I just rewatched season 3 again.
Yeah.
I just finished.
Because I wanted to cry some
Letterkenny.
more.
You cried?
Yeah. Well, I'm not a fucking soulless bitch like you.
Well, no, I cried at the end of the first one.
I still cried at season 3. It's sad by the end.
No, it's not.
It is. I'm not going to spoil things because he
It's
hasn't
good
watched
things.
it. It's still sad.
I don't know. I cried at the end of Letterkenny.
Really?
No.
I was like, the end of
I just wanted to make you all feel
Yeah,
better.
season 12 was like, okay, I'm bored already.
Well, no, because Letterkenny didn't end. It just ended openly.
Yeah,
It was just Letterkenny will exist.
I mean,
yeah.
they can pick it up later if they want,
I mean, I'm waiting for more Letterkenny characters to end up in Shoresy.
or holiday specials.
No,
I
they
kinda
still
enjoy-
owe us a holiday special.
I kind of like the Christmas special.
They do us. They technically owe us a holiday special for the final season.
Yeah.
But God knows which holiday they'll go with, because it could be any day.
What, they celebrated Day Beers Day.
That's not a real holiday.
Might as well be. It's a good idea.
Listen, vote me for president. I'll make day beers.
Are you old
Day.
enough?
Deer Base Bay.
You have to be 35.
Shit. Give me a year. I turned 34 next week.
Too late.
Next election.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you. We'll get you whatever's left at 2028.
I got I turned 34 next week.
Well, it can't be that bad.
Will for what's left.
Will, we survive. Yes,
I mean,
we
we'll be
can.
president of Texas. Texas will need a president by then.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Let's just annex the entire United States.
Just Texas will annex the U.S.
No,
Yeah.
trust me. Well, we'd probably annex
So
Mexico.
it will be Texas and her 48 bitches?
We
Yeah.
might as well annex Mexico.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
We,
listen.
we got half their folks. We might as well get the rest of them and get taxes off
Now
them.
we got half the world's other folks. We can't annex everybody's country. We tried.
No, that was Britain that tried.
No. We conquered more of the world than Britain
you
because we have military bases in more countries than Britain ever did.
Well, they're not conquered. They're policed.
you just said Texas
What's the difference?
and it's
Appearances. That's all.
48 bitches, or
Yeah.
you said 49
I
bitches?
said 48.
Okay, good. Because
I'll
We-
be damned if I ever recognize Missouri.
oh no, I was gonna say, we'll annex every fucking state except for California.
Yeah, that's true. California's China.
I want
China west.
across that entire fault
East.
line. I want 100-foot wells drilled and 300 pounds of dynamite dropped down in each one of those wells every 5 feet. We're gonna fucking speed up the fault.
You don't even need that.
Cut it off.
That's
about
too much effort.
leave Northern California because there are decent people up there.
Yeah, NorCal's great.
Okay, we'll
we'll
keep one
separate-
country.
Yeah, so we'll take Northern California and
I mean,
Southern Oregon.
Any place outside of the major cities are diametrically just opposite of the people that
Yeah.
are in the cities.
Which is it? Washington or Oregon
So-
that wants to become part of Idaho? I think it's.
Does anybody want Idaho and or Washington or
Well, the thing
Oregon?
is, it's the same thing with NorCal.
Please, I want a state called Washoe.
No, it's well, no, because there's parts of NorCal and parts of Oregon that want Oregon. They want to become the state of Jefferson because they hate the rest of their states.
Yeah.
So it's like Southern Oregon and Northern California want to become their own state. And a lot of these counties, they're like, we are not a fucking part of that
So
nonsense.
basically, let Seattle be Seattle.
Yeah, and then there's I think it's part of Washington wants to become part of Idaho because I think they want to call it Greater Idaho because it's like 3 counties that are on the border and they're all rural things and they're basically underruled and taxed by Portland and the other cities, Seattle, up there in Washington. Oh yeah, Portland's Oregon, I think Washington. Sorry. But either way, the point is they want to go be a part of Idaho because at least that way they'll be with people who vote their way.
Yeah.
And they want their taxes to go to something they believe in instead of the fucking leftist ridiculous nonsense of the rest of the West Coast. So I mean, like, I'm all for that, but the problem is you have to have your fucking state sign off on that shit, and they're not going to purposely
Nope,
let
we're
go
not
of
losing
3
that
counties.
money.
no?
Yeah.
You right wing idiots do your thing. You know.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, that's why this country's falling apart is that you have states that chunks of these states don't want to be a part of where they're at because they're
Well,
run.
it's-
Well, an entire state is run by 2 cities. You know, that's the problem.
I think a lot of the frustration is decisions about this country are being made by such a small percentage of the population, just because of the population density.
I mean, most of them are being made by bureaucrats who were never voted into.
Yeah, but as far as voting is
Control.
concerned and all that, a lot of people outside the major cities
3 cities.
truly feel that their voices aren't heard at all.
Basically, 3 major cities swing almost every election.
Yeah.
That's it. Not even full states because it's just the cities in those states.
Yeah.
They make up all of it. And it's just like, you can't have that much control given to such a small population that can make such a large difference.
Yep. And that right there is why term limits are necessary. They have to be enacted.
I mean,
Term limits and age limits.
And it's hard because
Both.
no sitting bureaucrat's going to vote themselves out of a job.
or the other thing you do is a requirement to vote, you have to be in selective service. Period. You cannot vote if you are not part of the selective
That's all
service.
Poland is. Every single citizen, male and female, does
Yeah,
2
all of
years in
them.
their military.
Yep.
And
Well, not even that. Any selective service.
I've served alongside the Polish battle group. They're badass. I had a blast with
Yeah.
them.
Oh, yeah.
So, but look at it this way: it doesn't have to be military. It could be any type of service.
Yeah.
As long as you serve your country, county, state somehow in an official capacity, then you can vote. But also, like you said, term limits and age limits. Because I'm sorry.
Starting to sound too much like Starship Troopers.
No.
Why do you want to be a citizen?
Yeah, exactly. No,
don't want to be a fucking citizen.
No,
of this
service
damn
guarantees
country.
citizenship.
Yeah.
Well, we already have non-citizens living in our country.
I think it'd be better.
Well, look at it this way. We have non-citizens who live in our country, affect our voting blocks, affect our taxing blocks, and affect our fucking income as a fucking country. But they get all of the benefits of living here without being citizens.
Well, how would that do us any good right now with the way the military is right now? That's just another indoctrination system.
Because, like I said,
The way
it
the
doesn't
military
have to
is
be
right now, it's
military.
awful.
Yeah, I think illegals can join the military and get a green card at the end of their
Exactly.
service.
That's a
Yeah.
nationalized citizen.
Yeah.
They become nationalized at the service. But once again, service guarantees citizenship.
Yep.
You have a reason to become a citizen because you are fighting for the place that you live.
You're physically and emotionally invested
Yeah,
in the country.
exactly. Most people aren't at this point. And like I said, doesn't have to be military. It could be local police. It could be firefighter. It could be fucking painting the goddamn roads because that shit needs to be taken care of. Some type of civil service.
Yeah.
Some type of civil service.
The roads on
Yeah.
in town.
Yeah, they're
105
they're not
is
great because some
terrible.
dipshit's
Oh,
making
trust
millions
me.
of dollars out
You
of
should
their
see
back pocket.
the dirt road at the farm.
No, that's not as
Oh,
bad.
it's
as what
rough.
Have you seen 105 East?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Heading
really
out to
bad.
Cleveland, man, is terrible.
It's really fucking bad. But back on the age limit things, and I said that for me personally, there needs to be a maximum age that you can be voted in, and certainly a maximum age of actual serving time. They don't have to coincide because if you're young enough to be voted in, cool. But if you reach that maximum age while you're under service, you should be done.
4 years. There should be you should be an age limit for aging out,
Yeah.
an age a term limit. We'll call it 5 years.
Now, for what branch are you referring?
All of it.
Because I think that the Supreme Court does need to have limits. It can't be lifetime appointees.
So does
But I think that it needs to be significant so
Oh.
that you can actually get some shit done.
well,
Because
so
things
does
take
so does
too long.
Congress and the Senate.
Congress and Senate can't vote on giving themselves more money. They set
Yes.
their pay set at minimum wage, an average of minimum wage for all 50
For real,
states, because they are sitting here getting rich.
Well, they should all be at a base rate.
Yes,
Well, they are. But the
But they
problem
get
is...
to they keep raising it for
Politics
themselves.
like that shouldn't be a career. It should
Well,
be a temporary service.
correct.
Yeah.
So,
Our founding fathers, when we became a country, they would work their jobs and then go when they had time or when the
When they had to go
House
do
or the
their-
Senate met,
when
and
they
they'd
had to
leave
go do
their
it.
job and
Yeah.
go and do the government thing and come back.
paid leave
Yeah.
and come back. Yeah. But that's also when we were a government of citizens, not a government of politicians.
For real, let's get
So
irritating.
But yeah, I think that 4 years, I mean, because Congress is 2 years,
Yeah.
technically, then that's easy enough because you do get voted in
right.
for that. But senators are different. I want to go back to that representatives pick your senators. Go back, repeal the whatever amendment to change that. So you're
Yeah.
not voting for your senators anymore. That your reps pick your senators because it makes sense. Because then your senator is also made or picked by people who represent your ideals, not just some dipshit who claims an R or D, as it goes. And that way that they're on board for the thing because you voted for the other person because you believed in the things they said. They should be the ones who pick the people who are going to pick the other side.
Right.
Because also, then the person you put in place is with you, not going to just swing whichever fucking direction.
Yep.
I also believe not put them at a minimum wage. Have a set rate, like we already said. They do have that. They already have a base salary of like 119 or 149,000.
Get rid of the lifetime insurance. Good grief. The lifetime
Agreed with that because we pay forever. Like have it like any other pensioner. You get a certain amount of it, but not the full fucking thing. But also, they are 100% locked down for stocks and trading. You cannot trade. No one in your family at all can
for 3 generations.
I don't know about that far.
Not that, but
no,
still,
but when you're in office, you cannot do it at all because if you look at the stock values of a lot of people, like people point at Nancy Pelosi because sure, but even Dan Crenshaw, fuckload of money.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of other people, they are worth so much more money than they ever get paid as a public servant. But I like the idea that, they have it. Well, a lot of them do have day jobs because they do Congress at night, effectively. I love the fact that you have people who've been out doing shit all day long, get called to fucking all night long fucking sessions. Like, they do that shit at like 8 p.m. It's like, fuck that. Normal 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They clock in, they clock out. If they don't get their shit done, they come back the next day. They don't get to hold them for fucking 15 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours. Just sit there and fucking, what do they call that?
Deliberate.
No, what's the thing where they just stand there? You know what I'm talking about.
Hornsnoggle, no. Grandstand, no.
No. What is that word?
Filibuster.
Filibustering. You can't filibuster.
Hornsnoggle.
Yeah.
Filibuster.
He's just going.
It's another made up word.
Yeah. So no filibustering for fucking endless amounts of time just to force your way or to stop a vote. It's like, sorry, it's 5:30. We all clock out. We stop there. We keep our minutes. You come back the next fucking day, and you get it fucking done. And one vote, one bill. No omnibuses ever. No continuing resolutions.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of great fucking Congress people are pushing all that shit. You know, and they're the ones that everybody calls crazy. Go figure. Right. The people who have the most...
we can't cheat. We can't get our way if we do that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're crazy.
And look, I know some of them have said some crazy shit in the past, but they're not really that crazy because the internet just exists and people say silly shit sometimes. Or people say one thing and people will twist it infinitely into what something it
That's
isn't.
that 24-hour news cycle. That's been the worst thing
That's the other thing that needs to go. We need to stop being one terminally online.
Give me one older gentleman in a nice suit that we can hopefully trust.
I don't want an older
Tell
one.
me what happened throughout the day and let us make our minds up on our own.
Do you know why I don't want an older gentleman?
Why is that?
Because I don't want somebody... I'm at the point where I don't want an authority telling me things. I want a peer telling me things.
I'm thinking more Walter... Excuse me.
You're thinking Walter Cronkite, but...
and he wasn't more of an authority. He was just like a kind old guy that'd tell you what happened.
But he had an authoritarian
boring
voice
story
to him,
time.
But he also did it for fucking ever. He grew up with a generation. But it's like, I'd rather hear from a peer at this point than a parent.
Right.
I want... Now, for younger people, I'd rather have somebody who's maybe just slightly older, a little bit of life experience, but knows what the fuck they're talking about. You know? Or somebody who's young enough. Also, yes, back to the age limits thing. Holy fuck. I'm sorry. These fucking octogenarians, nonagenarians, fucking literally in there.
You got the fucking Crypt Keep from Tales of...
Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
Crypt Key's a
No,
person.
Crypt Key is the guy from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
But you
No.
got the
Who
Crypt
had the
Keep.
speech impediment.
No.
It was
Like,
Oh, that was, yeah,
these
you're right.
fuckers, like, old as fuck, looking in, like...
Yeah, people dying in office.
Yeah.
People who literally... Remember, what was it? Feinstein? She disappeared for a while because she was basically in a coma, and they were just holding her spot. It's like, the bitch is basically dead. What the fuck are you doing?
What's retirement age? 67?
Retirement is technically like 65, 67.
Cool. That is your age limit.
But,
if you fucking hit retirement age, guess what? You cannot serve as a politician
I would go for around 70. Like a literal, just call it a cool even 70.
Yeah, there are a lot of 70 years old that really
I'd
have
rather
their
go
stuff
down
together.
than
Look at it
go
this
up.
way. Trump is 78. Would you force him to fucking retire at this point compared to Joe Biden's 81?
No, Joe Biden ass needs to be put in a fucking straitjacket and
He's
in a
somewhere.
white
We don't
urn.
know.
Well,
Who knows where he's at?
he's in an urn. Either way,
He got taller.
new Joe Biden is around, but like Joe Biden 6 is around.
New Joe.
New Joe.
Taller,
Taller,
better,
too.
more coherent.
This is all of this is true. All sadly fucking true. We should not be able to joke about that, but it's true. But I would say 70 is a good cutoff because people fucking are living longer better.
Yeah.
They're not fucking aging into the fucking ground. However, our actual age, our average life expectancy right now is 77.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you want to be that close to the edge, but I mean, I'm also tired of lifelong politicians. I want somebody who's lived a real life, worked in the private sector.
Someone that's done something other than politics their entire life.
People who maybe have paid taxes.
Give me a career truck driver sitting in Congress right now.
This is
or a cop.
I'm tired, and I'm also very tired of every single person who's in government has to be a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
It's like, honestly, I want more fucking farmers.
Yeah.
I want some more truck drivers. I want normal. That's one reason, and I know she's been called crazy. Marjorie Taylor Greene was just a fucking mom who owned a business.
She got mad and started doing shit.
She got mad and got involved. And now
and that's exactly what politicians used to be.
And she starts shit so much, but she has done.
But she backs it up too.
She backs it up. And she's learned on the job how to do the fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got good people on her side. I know I've been criticized for talking nice about her because blah, 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 blah. But I don't care. I see what she does. I see how she talks. Fuck, I follow her on socials because, one, she's kind of inspiring with her workout routines and shit like that. And also, she cusses directly at reporters. That shit's hilarious. When she told the BBC that they were fucking liars and they're trying to get her to fucking say some shit, and she told them to fuck off to their face. And the reporter just like, is like trying to be a nice, polite, but clearly evil reporter for the BBC.
Apparently grabbing their cameras and throwing them is not allowed.
Well, that never allowed. They should never resort to violence. But she told him to fuck off, which was hilarious. And Matt Gaetz cusses so fucking much. It's ridiculous.
I'd be a
I like these younger, fiery people.
I don't know how people handle being pushed by the press that much all the time, where they're surrounding they're at their house. They're surrounded.
It's called
shit.
Working out.
No,
They
it's
take it
just
out that way.
It's entirely too frustrating.
Drinking nonstop.
I just released the hounds.
Well, this is the other thing. Supreme Court people.
If I was ever president, my bodyguards would have to be like sitting there holding me back because no.
Yeah, I want a young, spry president again who is not a fucking bureaucrat, a lifelong politician.
I'm so over these fucking keyboard warriors hiding behind their keyboard. And then when confronted, they become little, bitches. I'm going to call the cops.
Yeah.
Like, you started this shit. I showed up. We going to finish it. Like, we need to get rid of...
I want a badass president. I want a president one of these days that's open carrying, Just happy as hell, 2011 on his holster with presidential seal grips.
You may not want a 2011. If you watch the latest Grand Thumb video, you might not want a 2011.
Why is that? Staccato's done pretty good.
Not in the drop fire, they didn't.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're doing drop fire tests, and the 2011s and 1911s all
Of course.
did. But no other gun did.
Yeah.
No other gun.
That's because they haven't put in a hammer block like a lot of revolvers.
Out of like 70 guns, even some very expensive ones.
Well, to me, a 1911 is always going to be a barbecue gun. It used to be a good tool. Now it's outdated.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, a staccato fucking went off.
Really?
Nighthawk went off. So a lot of high end fucking pistols.
And
drop fire,
I'm a
no
happy,
problem.
cheap, and cheerful Glock guy. That's all I carry.
The Glocks were fine.
Hey, you could drive a nail with one of those loaded.
Oddly enough, it was a modified Glock, but the little plastic bit right at the end, or right at the back of it, the way it dropped just popped out.
Oh, the backstrap.
Something like that.
You get 4 of them when you buy a Glock.
Yeah.
You can change them out.
Yeah, but either way, go watch the Grand Thumb video.
All right.
Drop fire video.
I was watching
spoilers,
some
all the
guys
1911s and 2011s.
Well, I'm just saying that it's a barbecue gun. It's something to show off.
Yeah. Oh, there was one gun. I forget which one it was, but there was one that's rumored to just be shit. They were basically chucking it at the ground, and nothing was happening.
What, High Point?
Yeah, I was about to say a high point.
I think it was. It might have been a high
That
point.
a yeet cannon?
These fucking yeet cannons, man.
It might have been. I
Hey,
forget.
Have you seen the yeet cannon?
I think so. Yeah.
It's a 10-millimeter brick, basically.
So I forget which one it was, but it was clearly supposed to be the meme gun.
Yeah.
And
It was
they dropped it a lot from standing, and then they climbed on top of the storage containers and dropped it from there, and still nothing was going wrong. And it's like, yeah, fuck you.
High point, great gun. reliable.
Just aesthetically not great.
Just looks like absolute shit.
Doesn't feel good either.
No.
Much like the show. So either way, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there because the wifey will be coming home shortly, and in theory, I should probably stream tonight because I've realized we're not going to do it the rest of the week. So either way, so guys, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, we kind of rabbit trailed there at the end.
It's fine. It's what it's for.
Squirrel.
So I got a minor bit of feedback on the last uncut episode from Sean because he listens every Monday, and he said he really enjoyed the episode. It was a nice flow. The topics were good.
Which one was that?
From last week.
Oh, okay.
104.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. So he said he enjoyed that one. Just the flow was really good and all the other stuff. I was like, good, because it sounded like meandering bullshit. You know.
We had some good laughs.
Yeah, there were some laughs in there, but also the good topics. You know, we've been talking a lot about
that show felt like we really didn't have to try. It just happened.
Well, we also talked about House of Dragons for another 45 minutes. Like
Yeah, you did.
Well, now that the show's over, we don't have to. But if Will wasn't here, we would have.
Once again, unto the breach for us. We have one more episode to discuss.
Yes, we do need to get after that one, and then we'll be good. And then, I will say, so I mentioned the Dunk and Egg show is coming, so the Night of Seven Kingdoms, but also they teased, what's the zombie show?
Walking Dead?
No, the other one.
28 Days
Last
Later.
of Us. Last of Us Season 2. We finally got the teaser trailer for that. If you've seen the game, you know it's coming. I'm not sure what all they're going to do with that. They're probably going to add some filler that wasn't in the game. We'll see what happens. You haven't seen The Last of Us.
Is that the one with the little red dudes, the little cartoon-looking things?
No.
No, that's Among Us.
That's Among Us.
What the hell's that?
The Last of Us is another video game-based show, but it's a zombie apocalypse that is done because of mushroom spores instead of a virus.
It's also a video game.
That's what I said. It came from a video game. The show was hit or miss. If you know, but if you don't know the games, you'll probably enjoy the show. Knowing the game, it has its moments. But everybody either loved or hated episode 3. Did you?
I haven't watched it.
Okay, so episode 3 was a very, very good episode of television, but had almost nothing to do with the source material.
Yeah.
But it was a full expansion of something that was a single mission in the game. I enjoyed it. Due to the shirt you're wearing, you might not. Either way, because you're wearing your...
I like Nick Offerman.
Yeah, so Nick Offerman is the star of that episode.
Okay, that's a good thing.
No.
Watch the episode. Either way, I have no problem with it. You might. That's all I'm saying. But I would say, because you have HBO currently, it's on HBO.
I think.
You do, if you're watching House of the Dragon.
Then yes.
Yes, so it's on there. Last of Us. It was a good series.
More homework.
So so we got the teaser for that. We got the teaser for the next thing, and then we got a couple other shows that are either continuations or new shows in that. So I might not be getting rid of fucking HBO as soon as I thought I would be.
Right.
Because that's how they hook you. They give you a 1 month break, and then they bring back
more.
Yeah. So either way, guys, like I said, I was trying to wrap that up, but I remembered that at the last second that we got teasers for upcoming new projects.
Yeah, I remembered something too, but I may save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just remember it for Friday, I guess.
Well, did you ever get into watching the Twisted Metal series?
No, because I don't have the Paramounts.
Okay, because I'm 2 or 3 episodes in. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's on my watch list.
The whole Sweet Tooth, first episode you meet Sweet Tooth. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah, I've heard it was pretty cool. The last thing, just final update. I finished Star Trek Prodigy.
Okay.
So that finished the 2nd season.
I'm still working on the original series.
Yeah, you got a million years to
I
go
got a
before you
lot
have
of time to
You're
fill.
way off there, but I was just, I was happy about the fact that
I'm going to keep going chronologically.
I think I need to check, like sign into a different country on my VPN and see if other Paramount shows are on Netflix, because I think that's how it goes. Because other countries don't have Paramount Plus.
All right.
Right.
So I might be able to watch some of the Star Trek series I want to watch on, like, say, UK.
Okay, check it out.
And hopefully one of these days we'll get an ExpressVPN sponsorship. That'd be nice. So either way, guys, do the like and subscribe thing, of course, to this channel and even the Rumble channel, please, because we have literally only 8 followers, and half of those are bots.
And 2 of them are us.
2 of them are us, literally. And the cool thing is Rumble allows you to have the mini player going, so you don't have to fucking have it taking up your whole phone at all
Yay.
times. And it is available, I think, now on TV show or on TVs, smart TVs and whatnot. So you can actually pull up Rumble. And then, of course, you can write into the show at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com if you want to just do a long form write out thing. If you want to, most people don't. That's okay, but it'd be great. I do read through comments and stuff like that, either on the Facebooks, which is
Now You Made It Awkward podcast.
There you go.
On Facebook. You can hit us up, drop us a quick message or a video message. Maybe not, or not a video, but a voice message.
You can, I think, do a video,
but maybe
don't.
not 4 minutes unless you got some good stuff to say.
I mean, look, he had to tell the whole setup story.
Call us, talk to us. We'll respond maybe.
Probably. Play it on the show at least.
Yeah.
And then if it's terrible, we'll edit it out.
Or make fun of them.
Yes. Well, we're going to do that regardless. But of course, I want to thank Will for stopping in again.
Hey, thanks for
Homie.
having me.
Yep, homie dog. Yep. And of course, we will have taste test videos, a bunch of those.
Yep.
Coming soon. And then we will be back next episode with our Elvis friend.
Yep. Little, I keep saying yep.
Yep.
And with that,
Okay,
goodbye.
Later.
I'm stuck on.